And it is the first ever Trust Your Pilots triple play. I'm actually doing it this time. Okay, none of that, oh man, if Auroras ends up being good, we're going to keep playing. No, we are doing the Trust Your Pilot triple play. But first order of business, yes, Dragapult is still a quarter of the meta. Who would have known? Oh my goodness, quarter of the meta. And Mega Greninja has, it's fallen a little bit. It was in second place last week, and now it's in 6th or 7th. You know, it's tied with Zoroark. You know, Grimmsnarl is still on the list. Slowking is obviously rising because of the Metagross. But our Arboliva with Beedrill, you know, I keep telling you, the Arboliva, you got to watch that Arboliva Beedrill deck. But that's mostly like Arboliva, Ogerpon, Meganium, but I'm choosing to believe that Beedrill is the reason it's that high. And Eevee, what's a triple play? Trust Your Pilot plays 3 decks in 3 hours. He beats off 3 decks in 3 hours. So yeah, there you go. First deck is Talonflame. It's a control deck, so I had to build a control deck, but we do have a heads... we have heads and tails coin flip thingies. And then we have the Raticate. I have a few lists with this. Thank you. Yeah, for real this time. Then we have Raticate, which is terrible. And then we have just the one... I mean, there's no other way to play Drapion. You have to play it with Toxtricity. Like, this is a really good preview for how bad Mega Darkrai might end up being. Because, well, I mean, I guess technically Mega Darkrai is better and faster and all that. But, like, this is kind of a preview. Because this takes 3 Dark. And you got to play Monkey Dory and stuff. So it's a bit of a preview. But we're going to start with Talonflame. I guess I should get all my Talonflame lists up at the top. So we're going to be playing the mill version first. Okay? We're going to be playing mill version first, and then Turtonator build, and then Sudowoodo build. So this one is mill. This one's energy control. This one's just control. So we're going to start with the mill version. And because my ranking is so high, we're going to lose so many games today. All right, so Pipe Ear, and I have no idea how this stream's going to go. So, like, I want to make a YouTube video, but obviously I have no idea what's going to happen. Like, if I can just take the best game from each deck, I think that's the video idea, is I just take, hey, this was the best game from Talonflame, this was the best game from Raticate, blah, 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 and we just do that. Do I recommend the Audino? I don't recommend it, but it is a necessary evil. And don't forget, Audino is also a colorless, so it gets the 60 damage reduction from Bouffalante. It's just, it just saves you from having to use Crispin and stuff. Oh, this is interesting. Alrighty. Yeah, I never recommend Audino in pretty much any deck. It's just, it pretty much guarantees you energy. I think I can win this one. Like, this is probably... Okay, we got to double check how many... We didn't prize any of the birds. So none of the birds are prized. We did prize the Crustle. Do I play Redeemable Ticket? I don't think I played in this one. I think I played in one of the other ones. But they're just playing a stupid deck. I have all my birds. We prized 1 Diglett, which is kind of disappointing. But I think it's just attached to the Diglett end turn... And then next turn, I definitely have a choice. I think it has to be Lilies. I think if I had Dawn in my hand, I could wait a turn. But I have Clovis's Thicacity, so that's a little bit worse. But the whole strat is just control your opponent's hand, you know? And guide them to your butt cheeks, and that's all you got to do. Unfortunately, the main issue with this deck right now, other than the fact that control is not in a great spot and everyone has to, you know, do damage. But the funny thing is I kind of just win this game, right? I kind of just win this game because all I have to do is Sudowoodo a Noctowl. And, oh, that's fine. That's actually perfect. So all I have to do is Sudowoodo a Noctowl, and I think that's game. I think that's all I have to do. All right, let's go Lilies. Just try to get as many birds. I think if the bird is the word, we're just going to win. Wow, that's not a lot of birds. All right, so we definitely want to, yeah, do that. Let's put a battle cage there. And then, I mean, they're probably going to be able to do the thing. So let's just, but my hand is so terrible. But no, I think this is perfect. Because, and this is the only one. This is the only basic that mills... potentially 100 cards. Oh, 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 oh. Okay, we're getting off to it. And we got rid of their prime catcher. Oh, ho, ho. So yeah, I looked for every single, like, who's a basic right now that mills cards, and Team Rocket's Diglett is the best one. So just flip a coin until you get tails. For each heads, discard the top. So this is, unfortunately, the best milling card in Standard right now. And I'm not a huge fan of that, but we did just get rid of 4. Prime Catcher, Energy Switch, Terra Orb. Yeah, when we lost Wug Trio and Reversal Energy, that was kind of it. You know, we lost Wug Trio, Reversal Energy, and Sawdust Vitality for Great Tusk. Now it's pretty much just... Oh, don't look at that. Unless you want nightmares, don't look at that. It's this guy. It's the Hippowdon. But you can't play Hippowdon. Why can't you play Hippowdon, you ask? But Boilet, why can't we play Hippowdon? The reason you can't play Hippowdon is... Oh, God, I'm going to lose this game, aren't I? Wow, they definitely got it all. So the reason you can't play Hippowdon is because there's no Palpat. So you can put 4 Pterodon, you can mill 12 cards, but that's it. You can't play Palpat. You can play Miraculous Headset. Maybe if I'm feeling crazy, I could do a Miraculous Headset Hippowdon Barbarical deck. That seems like a terrible idea. Yeah, you can play it, you just can't win with it. So the Diglett's getting knocked out. I think I just put all of the energy on the Fan Rotom. Oh. Oh, the push down activates first. So switch out your opponent's active, which is kind of dumb. But, oh, PDC, okay, so wait, shouldn't that have activated? I feel like that should have activated, right? I feel like the handheld, I think, because it still got hit, but I guess, no, because it got hit. It got hit before I don't understand. This game hurts my brain. All right, let's get rid of that. Get rid of you. Do I want a Xerosic here? Is this a Xerosic or is this a Bosses? Is this Xerosic or Bosses? I think this is Bosses this turn, Xerosic next turn. So let's bring up this guy. Let's impound these nuts. Yeah, we have to boss the owl. And then... So with Handheld Fan, you have to be in the active, but it was damaged by an attack, right? It was damaged first, and then it was moved to the bench. So I think with the way that PDCGL is coded, is that this activated first. So because this activated first, PDCGL was like, oh, naturally, that's what has to happen. So I think that was just another PDCGL sucking butt. Yeah. It was just PDCG. No, Cow, that's just too... The YouTube audience isn't smart enough to understand that interaction. You know, it'll be too much for their fragile brains. And A-Swing, yeah, I've had that. It's not... Like, you're not supposed to be logged into 2 places at once, so that does make sense. But yeah, here's some of the stuff, but we gotta talk about that. Can I get any playable cards? That is somewhat of a playable card, I guess. And we shall wait, but they got 2 energy on the owl. We're gonna get absolutely bodied by a knocked owl here. And they have the retreat, but you know, they still have to go one at a time. I was hoping to get, you know, more lilies, and I have Dawn, and I have, you know, lots of things. And A-Swing, well, that issue that I had, it just sort of... Ooh, actually, no, I guess I have to go for Fletchling. I guess we just go for Fletchling here. Just to thin out the deck. Ooh, that's terrible. All right, so we're going to go for Fletchling to thin out the deck. To hopefully get what we need. So I just go for Talonflame. Because Chirp gets you 2 Pokemon with a fighting resistance. And guess who has fighting resistances? Guess who are the only Pokemon with a fighting resistance? Flying types. And I guess Fan Rotom counts as a flying type. So they can retreat now. Unfortunately, I don't have a lot going on. You know, it's just kind of do the same thing. There's the Meganium. I think they pretty much have it now. I think I just have to put up a Sudowoodo. This is the problem with control decks in 2026, is that there's so much energy acceleration. There's just the tools for these guys it's not. And then of course we get a freaking Pokepad. Of course we get a freaking Pokepad right afterwards. Of course, why wouldn't we get a freaking Pokepad? All right, well, I guess if they have like in our Balava or something, I should do this. And then let's do it. Let's Sky Hunt. I don't even know what I'm hoping to get here. I mean, that's probably not it. And let's see, what do we got? What do we got? Ooh, we're 6-1 on coin flips. That's pretty good. So yes, if you don't know, the big thing is, the deck stuff, and then obviously the card select glitch is getting fixed. There you get a full screen deck viewer. That's kind of the funniest thing, is I am most excited about the full screen deck viewer than I am about the card select glitch getting fixed, than I am about, just having your importing features being improved. I am literally more excited for the full screen deck viewer. I just flipped heads again, by the way. So if I am to assume, I keep flipping. I don't know what's going on. I'm flipping heads, but I don't need to be. I don't need to be flipping heads when I'm just getting everything. All right, well, I guess I bosses hors d'oeuvres this guy. And just hope they don't have an energy, I guess. Yeah, it's just kind of funny that that's what I'm most excited about, is just this random stuff. And then, yeah, this is the card slugger. So at the very bottom, it says fixed an issue that occasionally prevented valid cards, and they had an energy in hand, I kind of figured. And then landscape mode for Android and iOS. So now you can turn your phone and it'll look like the desktop version. And they have Alana's Aid in hand. Great. So it's just a golden shower. All I wanted was a golden shower. And then, this is the random issues. So the issues to do with, oh geez. Well, we got a Dawn. I don't think I can win, so we'll just give up. And will it work in portrait? I think so. Oh, what the hell? What the hell is this? What? Oh, it was super bright for a second there. Yeah, occasionally. Well, as long as you're not using an old one, I would assume. So yeah, Android and iOS tablets with large enough screens and enough usable RAM. So obviously, if your device is old and I guess your screen is too small. But I mean, I think they said, like, didn't they say that deck editor? I thought they said it was like phones. Let me double check that. I'll double check that real quick. Wow, this is a terrible starting hand. So let me double check the forums, because I thought they said in like the iOS part. Unity 6. So maybe it's just tablets? No, because it says, oh, okay, I think where I got confused is that they're changing the system requirements for iPhone. So maybe if you don't have enough RAM, so I guess maybe you can't go into landscape mode if you don't have the right devices. All right, this is great. Yeah, let's just get all these guys out here. Let's get this Badoo out here, baby. Let's get it going here, baby. Let's get, I mean, I guess I have to get Fez, because we're going to lose this game, and then I get these guys. Because I have 0 energy, and we need to get some basics up here. We need to get some basics up in this place. Oh, remember how I got all those heads in that last game? And then PDCGL decided, hey, wouldn't it be funny if you faced Dragapult and never got any head? All right, well, I have to put Battle Cage down, and then we go... Yeah, let's just end turn. So that is 8-2. Yeah, now that it's Dragapult, now that we're facing Dragapult, everything bad is going to happen. So I think I'll play 2 games with each of these builds, because I'm totally okay not making a YouTube video. I was kind of getting burnt out on uploading so many YouTube videos. So I'm this is kind of like my off day. You know, I'm still streaming. If things go well, great. If they don't, I still have, you know, plenty of videos going up. Yeah, Evie, I don't know if you were here when I told everyone this, and hopefully you're still here. And Ben, Lapras uppercase EX, of course it's not Lapras uppercase EX, it's lowercase EX is the only thing that exists. Oh, baby. Okay. Do I hold off on the Zerosic? I think I hold off on the Zerosic, right? I have to put the Fez down, and then I Zerosic next turn, because I don't think they're going to play Lilies. I think they're just going to go for all of their Dracloak and have like a 20-card hand. But I'll wait to tell the thing I was going to tell to make sure that Eevee is here, because if Eevee's not here... No, don't play an ult. Don't play with your balls. No. Draw cards. Yes, do that. Do that. Draw all the cards and use Badoo one more time. You're not in... There's no rush. Nothing bad's going to happen when you draw 1,000,000 cards. Nothing bad could possibly happen. Oh, this is great. They're going to have a 20-card hand. So no Crispin, which is great. Yeah, imagine playing Dragapult and not prizing any Dreepy and any Dracloak. You know, it's like, come on. And Eevee, so yes, Eevee, you were here from the beginning. I can tell you right now, in the last 30 days, I have more than 1 million views on YouTube. In 30 days. It's all because of the YouTube shorts, so that like the money is not... It's you know, the money is not the same as if it was an actual video, but I make about $2 for every 50,000 views. But still, you know, you were there when I was getting 100 views. All right, so we go Zerosic first, because then we're going to Talonflame. This could be the greatest moment. This could be the greatest Zerosic in the history of Pokemon Trading Card Game Live. Is we get rid of 8 cards, then I Talonflame, because I haven't shown them the Talonflame yet. I Talonflame them, and then if we can get rid of the best card they kept from hand, like a Dragapult, because we're getting rid of 8 cards right now. This is going to be amazing. Oh, okay, well, they know. They know that I'm playing a deck that doesn't take knockouts, so they got rid of the stamp. The problem is, do I want to waste my Rocky fighting? And of course. I don't really want to waste my Rocky fighting, but what if we get everything? Right? What if we get everything off of this? Wouldn't that be amazing if we just hit 10 heads in a... Oh, geez. Well, that was I should not have done that. That was a waste. But yeah, so I'm over 1 million views. Yeah, Longs. That's why I want to call my VODs channel Trust Your Pilot Schlongs. So it'll be where I put my shorts in you know, full video mode, and then I put my VODs. So it's shorts and longs, Trust Your Pilot Schlongs. But then it implies that I have multiple Schlongs, which just doesn't make any sense grammatically. Unless I'm really cool. But, you know, the shorts don't necessarily bring people to the channel, because you look at the subscription rate. Yes, the subscribe rate is way up, but it's still pretty low, right? You think when you have 1 million views a month, you wouldn't think you'd gain 2,000 subscribers. Like, you think if you get 1 million views a month, you'd get more than 2,000 subs. So it's like, yes, it's a higher percentage, but it's also not great. And they're going to go for my Fez. Yeah, they're going for the Fez. And there's a Risky Ruins. Well, you don't have it, but the problem is that if they go 1 Badoo into Fezandipity and then they get a Dragapult, I lose. And that's what For the Win is. You know, why do you think I talked about For the Win so much? Because it's free advertising. And then, of course, we're item locked. But what if we flip everything right here? What if we flip all the heads? Good God. Can I get a playable card for once? All right, let's just bring this guy up and see if that's enough. Remember when we weren't facing Dragapult and we were facing pretty much an unwinnable matchup and everything was going great? You know, you play 4 lilies, you play a Fez. I haven't seen any of my lilies. I haven't seen any Buddy Poffin. Yeah, one day. Remember the good old days, Lena? Remember the good old days? I do only play one Xerosic, but this is a mill deck that hasn't been able to mill. And, you know, they probably have a Crispin or something. And they've only ditched one energy. That is... Wait, did they just get a Meowth? What? You got him... Why? There's no way you're going for like a... You're going for a Crispin. So, I have definitely lost. But it was fun while it lasted? It was fun while it lasted, not doing anything. I just hate how the 10 damage on a Fez matters so heavily in this matchup. It really grinds my gears, grinds my gearnas, where it's like, hey, I put 10 damage on your Fez, and that is enough for me to win the game. But if we can flip 1 heads on Crushing Hammer and then 12 heads on Diglett, we win the game. Guff, a little too high. There's a Fletchling. That's not great. All right, Fire Energy. Good God! Remember when I had 8 heads and 1 tails? Remember that? Remember when I had 8 heads and 1 tails? There we go. Ooh, see, if I'd... Can I just hit all their energy or something? Oh! Ah. We were so close. Well, there's a bosses that means nothing. The thing is that if I just get a Lilies, right? Because I play Neutralization Zone. We did prize the Crustle, which is a little annoying. But I play Neutralization Zone. I play so many things. They have 10 cards left. We can very easily win this game. I just need to top deck a Lilies. That's it. Just top deck a Lilies. Wait, did they disconnect? Oh my God, they disconnected. Wait, why can't I? Oh, I can't play. Oh, because I only have a Fez? Wow, I thought they'd done more this game. I only have a Fez? Well, we're going to win this game because they're not here, but that means it can't be in the YouTube video, unfortunately. All right, well, we're 11-7. What else we got? Ooh. 12-8. And Lena, ooh, I tweeted about that on the tweeter, and I also put it in the video that you've watched 5 times. But let me check out my replies. Because I can do the thing. Actually, no, I can just... No, because Twitter's weird that way. Hang on, I gotta do some finagling. I'm a pro streamer. I'm a better streamer than PDCGL as a client. This counts as... And then we finally get a Lilies. So we actually had a chance to win this game. That's the craziest part, is we could have actually won this game if PDCGL just cooperated slightly. All right, well, let's go. And then they conceded. Great. So, yeah. They realized that Trust Your Pilot is just too powerful. Trust Your Pilot is too powerful. And Eevee, thank you. Because what I'm going to start doing, just hang on, PDCGL disconnect is, I think it started today. I can't remember if it's starting today or if it was yesterday or whatever, but on the VODs channel, you'll see the shorts as actual videos now. So it takes a couple extra minutes of work, but I think it's worth it. Yeah, Lena, there's your update. Clan Burglar, did the TTS fire? I think the TTS fired. I just didn't hear it because I had my volume turned down. So there you go, Lena. There's your update. All right, so we'll get rid of the Diglett build. Let's go for the turtle build. Turtle time, everybody. Call me a Magic the Gathering player because it's turtle time. And Lena, really? I made an entire video on everything. I've been making videos about PDCGL for years, about things, and I'm cool. Yeah, that's my territory. I've already marked my territory. You know what? Hey, I thought of a great joke earlier that Clamburglar will really like. A Buddhist who's into water sports prefers to get pissed on than pissed off. Oh wow, this is almost a great starting hand. All right, so we go Chingling. There, see, great joke. I told you, Clamburglar loves that kind of stuff. Clamburglar is a huge fan. All right, so we can't put the dude in the active. Were those real words? Those were real words, Lena. Are you proud of me? I guess I put the monkey dory down. That's not making it into the YouTube video. All right, so we got the turtle build, but I have no lilies. Well, I was just thinking about the wordplay of pissed off and pissed on, and I was like, well, what kind of are you serious? Oh, wait, what? That's fine. Like the wordplay. This is absolutely a situation where you'd love to evolve the active, but I think if I top deck an energy, that would be perfect. Because they're under the assumption that I'm playing an actual deck. But no, I'm just being a butt face. So I'm being a huge butt face. They're going to Petrol for Trolley. Oh, they're going to... Oh, crap. They're probably playing like an Absol something deck. I do kind of wish I'd put the Handy Fan on the Fletchling and I'd saved it. Oh, it's Grimmsnarl. Oh. I thought this was just a Dark Box deck, and then we had a huge chance of winning, but this is not a Dark Box deck. This is just an Trust Your Pilot loses the game deck. This is a Trust Your Pilot loses the game type of deck. And PB, I'll mess around with Tortuga. It's just, you know, that's kind of an in the future kind of thing. You know, I've been looking at tier 2. I have other decks that are in the background, but I think for the rest of the week, it's going to be Garchomp, Crustle, Bronzong. I think that's the rest of the week. So it'll be Wednesday, Thursday, Saturday, because obviously no stream tomorrow. Why do you keep clutching up? Yeah, I just think it's funny. They're giving us the biggest update in PDCGL history, but they're not fixing the worst glitch in PDCGL history. Isn't that amazing? All right, well, let's go to the Bone Zone, I guess. Yeah, Crustle, I have some fun ideas for Crustle that I haven't seen. And also, of course, they have the immediate bump. You know, Grimmsnarl plays like 4 stadiums. You know, this was going to be a loss no matter what. I'm not really surprised. But we're just, you know, maybe if Raticate goes really well, we'll Raticate Kate Bishop. We'll, you know, Hawkeye's sidekick will Raticate Bishop. But it's just, if I just start a Lilies, my life is fine. My life is great if we just start Lily. They keep using Clutch. I don't think they know what's happening. I don't think they know what they're facing. Well, that's a playable card, I guess. That is a playable Pokemon card, and we have no stage 1s. We have 0 stage 1s. I guess we just Talonflame and hope. I know, that was the joke. And that's a Tails. Fan-flippin-tastic. So I play lots of things in this deck that would help me win any game, really. And there's the Frostlass, and that's GG. All right, let's get out of here. So we have 0 wins. We're 0 for 3. I'll get rid of the coin flip counter, and I'll start like the win-loss counter with whatever we're at. So we're currently 0 and 3. This is the Turtonator build. You know, only one more day, and then we can see all this. All right, so Should I just try and draw cards here? Like, this is basically what a Japanese list was. And I feel like I should just draw cards. Drawing cards seems like a better thing. Oh, right, I won. So what is my win-loss ratio? It's 1 in 3 or 1 in 2? Because, yeah, the Dragapult game should have been a loss, but PDCGL is PDCGL. Thank you, Lena. I appreciate you. You're definitely repping the 5%. And Incineroaring, you're part of the 95% probably. I mean, I don't know. I haven't asked. But Mark says we're 1 in 3 now. Thank you. Yeah, you can't trust men. Right? Am I right, ladies? You can't trust men. Can't trust them, but you can pilot them. You can pilot them, right? Okay. Mods, ban Clan Burglar. All right, this is the game. I am guaranteeing a victory right here. I am guaranteeing a victory. We are going to win this game as long as it's a good matchup and I can win. Oh, it's Crustal. Oh my God, we can win this one. How? I don't know. Just with the Turtle Man. Just with the Turtle Man. Turtle Man wins the game. Remember when I talked about Crustal? This is Crustal. Okay, so the Pheasantipity is going to be a slight problem, though. Pheasantipity will be a slight problem. Pheasantipity, slight issue. This is a control deck. You don't attack with control decks. Out of all the possible matchups, this is the one that I think I have the best chance. All right, so we'll go for another Fletchling. I don't want to use Redeemable Ticket yet because we have everything. You know what? I'm going to go for another Turtonator. I think discarding their energy is going to be a lot smarter. And as much as I want to hold the Lilies, I feel like I can't. But they're not. I don't think they're doing anything next turn. Because I have the Fletchinder in my hand, I'm going to keep the hand because they're not going to do anything. The only way they can do something is if they have Prism Energy bosses. They're not going to have Prism Energy bosses, okay? My Fletchling is going to be safe. No one's going to touch it. It's going to be like the song. If I sing it, I'll get demonetized, so we're not going to do that. Oh my, there's no way. There is no way. There is... Why do I talk? Mark, you forgot to tell me not to talk. What the hell, Mark? Why? Why do I talk? Note to self, do not talk. All right, so 36 to 37 of the triple play stream. Oh my God. Yeah, just stop talking, Pilot. All right, so we have to go Lily's Determination. I had everything. I had everything I needed to win this game, and then PDCGL said, nah, bro. That would make way too much sense, bro. We don't want you doing that. All right, so Sudowoodo is coming down, and then I'll put the Prism Energy. Actually, I could attack with this guy at some point. But no, I think we just go for the trap strategy. Crushing Hammer, get rid of the Darkness Energy. Actually, no, we get rid of the Psychic, right? Because the Psychic allows them to attack. I don't care about the Darkness giving them protection. You know, I don't care about protection. You should never use protection when you're with a stranger on the internet, okay? That's just how it goes. Oh, geez, I gotta update the coin flip counter. So remember when I said I didn't want to use Lilies because we had the perfect hand? And then I didn't use Lily and we got the worst hand ever? And they got the energy back. Fantastic. And Evie, who do I want to win between the Penguins and Flyers? 100% Penguins. Because, you know, Sidney Crosby hasn't been in the playoffs for a couple of years, I think, right? There's another Poffin that we don't need. Okay, let's go Chorus's Thicacity. Let's get a Battle Cage and a Prism Energy. I go Poffin. I'm just trying to thin out the deck at this point. So let's go Elegium. because this allows me to move energy around, and they're really not going to like that. And then end turn, I still do have enough energy in the deck. I have 2 more Prisms and Rocky Fighting, so I can attack with Turtonator if I need to. But anytime they try to hit into my Turtonator, they're losing in energy, and I play, 4 Crushing Hammer, I think 1 Enhanced Hammer. And hey, if I wasn't talking, your life would be so much worse. Are they just gonna go for like lilies or something? Hero's Cape. Okay, I don't think they know what my strategy is. I don't think they realize they're facing a control deck. But I can't wait to play Crustle. Like, I know it's gonna be boring, and it's like I'm gonna be promoting a terrible deck, but it's not my fault you don't come prepared for Crustle, right? Like, how do you counter Crustle? 150 hit points, 250 with the Hero's Cape. They play Monkey Dory. It doesn't get walled by anything. And Lena asks, why would anyone know they're facing a control deck? Because, like, look at my board position. How could anyone know they're facing a control deck? Look at my board position. Yeah, Crustle's gonna win probably. What the hell is this? All right, so there's Fletchender. And let's go Accompanying Flute. Ooh, there's a Monkey Dory that I guess I put into play because it thins a card out of their deck. But it does give them a secondary attacker, which maybe I don't want. But I think we save the Handy Fan. Actually, no. I'm going to... I think I put the Air Balloon here. And then I go Elgium in the active. We Slight Shift. I Slight Shift the Darkness to the Psyduck. And then... oh, yeah, and then the turn is over. So I think Crustle is kind of the perfect matchup for this deck, and I'm going to Dawn for Talonflame stage 1, and then next turn we just do all the things, because they don't know what they're facing. Like, you should know from this board position. If you ever see an Elgium, you're not facing a Behemoth deck, you're facing a control deck. And I hate myself for creating this, but this is exactly what the deck is designed to do. If you are not fast enough, and I get even slightly set up, and Tim Cook, so they have to change he has to change his name back to Tim Cook because he's no longer Tim Apple. And they got the Psychic Energy back. Interesting. I still don't think they know what my deck is designed to do. And the fact that I'm a control player and their timer is lower than mine is kind of wild. Like, if you're ever facing a control deck and your timer is lower, you got to work out. Oh yeah, we don't want the Turtle Man. The Fez probably makes sense. This guy is good against EX decks. Obviously, it's useless here because it just gets rid of an energy. All right, I am pretty much fully set up. They can't knock out a Talonflame with a Crustle. So Crustle does not make me want to Bustle. And YouTube audience, this is the first game you'll be seeing in the video. This is how it's been going. I started off the stream 8-1 on coin flips. Then guess what happened? I started the stream 8-1 on coin flips. Then you'll never guess what happened. Oh, right, because it has a mist energy. Oh, wait, whoa. That was weird. So PDCGL gets that wrong. Because I shouldn't be allowed to move the energy. But I guess because the way it's coded is that I move it first. So it's like, you moved it, but no, you're not allowed to, because the mist energy prevents all effects of attacks. Can you move the mist? That's a good question. Let me see if I can do that. I also have, several hammers. I don't know why they keep playing cards. It is a very strange strategy, playing cards against a control deck. I guess they're just like, well, I have to get energy. Yeah, so it's like, moves it and then no. And Slight Shift, I don't really want to lose the Elgium, but I also don't really care because I don't have anything better. I think what I should do is I should Handy Fan the Elgium or something, maybe? And there we go. They did have to waste an energy just to attack, which is really bad for them. So I think now I mean, I can compound the Monkey Dory the entire game, which I think is my win strategy, because Monkey Dory resists fighting. I'm about to... Wait. Yeah, we got Sky Hunt. We got all the things. I got all the things we need to win this game. And there's another Prism Energy. All right, so we go... I'm going to put the Fez down to try to bait them into going for my Fezandipity. And in this situation, there's the Skin Flute. That's always great. And we got nothing. Wow, they have a ton of stuff left in their deck. All right, well, let's go Darkest Before the Dawn. Let's just go get the Talonflame, because I do want to keep as many cards in my deck as well. But we just have to hit, like, a couple... Like, if we just go 50%, we win the game. Right? If I just go 50% on Sky Hunt the rest of the game... If we just go 50%, just 50% on Sky Hunt, we'll be totally fine. We just go 50%. That's all we gotta do. Just go 50%. That's herp, derp, derp, derp. We just go 50%. We'll be totally fine. That's all we gotta do is just go 50%. All right, so the damage isn't affected by any effects, but my ability on my Turtonator still activates. So the ability where they have to get rid of an energy, and Handy Fan also activates. So both of my things activate. That's why I put the Handy Fan on the active, is because Mist Energy only blocks effects of attacks. It doesn't block effects of abilities or effects of tools. So they're about to lose everything. And I guess I just put all of the energy on the Psyduck, right? Because they're doing 20 damage per turn with Psyduck. But my win condition is definitely Sudowoodo. Because you're wondering, how do you retreat lock somebody in a format where every retreat locker does damage? So you have the Veltal that does 20, the Sudowoodo does 20. The thing with Sudowoodo is that there's a couple of things that resist fighting. You got your own Xerosic. I wonder what you're planning on doing next turn. What are you planning on doing next turn, Stat Bro? Stat Bro, what are you planning on doing next turn? But yeah, you look at Monkey Dory and Latias. So yeah, we get rid of... Actually, I think I want to keep the Mist Energy and discard the Grass. And then I put this there. I'll explain my reasoning in a second. Well, yeah, Wellspring also does damage. I'm just saying, like, all the retreat lockers do damage. So you want to use Sudowoodo because Monkey Dory and Latias resist fighting, so those are the best ones. All right, this is fine. If I put Prism Energy... Yeah, we don't want to really do anything too crazy here. I have another Fletchinder. I have Night Stretcher. What do I have in there again? The problem is that I don't have the other Talonflame, but I do have a redeemable ticket. Okay, so I think I know what they're going to do next turn, obviously. Which means I'm going to get rid of a couple things. But what if I hit the Xerosic off of Talonflame? What if I hit the Xerosic? Oh my god! Can I just please hit the Xerosic off of Talonflame? Thank you. All right, here we go. We hit a Monkey Dory. That is not what I wanted. All right, so this is where things kind of get a little tricky here. Tricky like a gym. I can go get Turtonator. I can get Slight Shift. I think I just end turn. And then I get rid of Battle Cage, Lily. Maybe it's Lawnazay, but I think I have a Sacred Ash. Oh, they went for Crispin. They went for Crispin, which is great. So yes, I forgot to mention, why did I keep the Mist Energy on the Crustal? I think I have an Enhanced Hammer, so there's no reason to get rid of the Mist Energy with Shell Spikes. If I just, have everything I need. So it's like, what's the point of getting rid of a Mist Energy when I have an Enhanced Hammer and they have a Special Energy in play? And it's a little unfortunate. They didn't use Xerosic. So this turn, I'm going to Shell Spikes away the Grass. I think we just win. Yeah, Lilies is my deck out prevention, but I have 4 Lilies. Oh, I don't have 4 Lilies. I have 2 Lilies. All right, so yes, we can't get rid of Lilies, but we can still very easily win this game. There's the redeemable ticket. All right, so in this situation, I'm going to go Boss's Hors d'oeuvres the monkey, and we just Talonflame. I don't think they can outpace us here. I'm pretty sure I can win as long as we go 50% on, as long as we go 50% on the Talonflame. As long as we just go 15% or 50% on the Talon. Oh my god! As long as we just go 50% on the Talonflame, we'll be totally okay. As long as we go 50% on Talonflame, everything will be fine. So remember, I started the stream 8-1 on coin flips. I have gone the complete other direction since. And I think I have a Xerosic somewhere. You know, I'm waiting on the redeemable ticket. Yeah, they hit me with their Xerosic, so that's Turtonator, Battle Cage. And then I guess redeemable ticket, because we have everything we need to win. It's just, I need to get it. Yeah, and there's their Night Stretcher, which is fine. Because I kept a Darkness Energy on the side act. We can still very easily win this game. We can very easily win this game. It'll be great. Yes, I'm just going to try to flip heads. They have to get a Psychic Energy. I'm going to be able to do all of the things, though. There's an air balloon. Okay. Actually, no, we want to flip 0 heads today. Oh, reverse psychology worked. Okay, we want to flip 0 heads today. Well, that's literally the most useless card I could have hit. I could not have hit a more useless card. Ooh. Yeah, we don't want to hit any heads. Ooh, there's a deck out prevention. All right, so then I go... I think we just impound... No, I'll Lana's Aid this turn just as a safety precaution. So let's go get Elegium, double Turtonator, and then Elegium gets the Prism. And then we just impound. Oh, but I feel so bad making this deck. But if they put a Fighting Energy on them, or sorry, if they put Psychic Energy on them, then we're in a little bit of an Amanda Bynes here. But they have 2 Psychic. They probably don't have another Psychic. He said fully prepared to be punished here. And here's the Crispin. Here we find out. Trust Your Pilot finds out if they have the thingy thing. If they don't, we win the game. Okay, lots of Darkness Energy. Oh, so they didn't have a Psychic. Because all they did was Crispin. Because remember, if Crispin only gets 1 energy, you put it into your hand. Which is perfect. Because that means they're out. That means they're out of what they need unless they have... No, they're out. They can't retreat. They attach the Growing Grass. We have won this game. I can guarantee you we have won this game. Because I will not whip my deck out. Yeah, the Crustal's kind of useless. Now, the question is, do I pop the Lilies at some point? Oh, never mind. Never mind. We're just going to win. Okay, can I hit, like, energy or recovery or something, please? Okay, never mind. I'll take anything. Never mind. PDCGL, I'm sorry for angering you. I will take anything. I will just take heads. PDCG, it's fine. PDCG, you can give me the worst hand ever, PDCGL. I don't care. Just, you can hit all the jumbo ice creams. I don't care. Just as long... Yes, again with the talking. All right, I should have another bosses, unless I wasn't paying attention, which is highly likely. And here we go. Yep, you can always tell it's Tails because it's just a little bit slower. Like, you can always tell if it's just a tiny bit slower, it's Tails. That's heads. Oh, crap. No, never mind. Never mind. I take that back. All right, so that's... Yep. So what is my heads percentage this matchup? It's like 15 to 20%. Because it's totally fair. But no, it feels like it's like a split second slower because it looks like it's predetermined. Because remember, it starts on heads. So it has to go a little bit slower to end up on tails. And I think I had a shh emote or something similar. And there's the bosses. That is why I didn't get rid of the air balloon. That is why I didn't put the air balloon anywhere. And they're going for a sky hunt. They think they got it. That's all their bosses, hopefully. They're down 3. We win the game, okay? We win the game. We will be fine. Yeah, I guess bad is the closest. I think bad is the closest. And there's that. We don't want to do anything. Sky Hunt. Okay, we don't need to flip heads. We're going to be fine if we don't flip heads the rest of the... Damn it! Reverse Psychology didn't work. Reverse Psychology did not work. But no, we'll be fine if we just don't flip heads the rest of the freaking game. Good God. Can you not? All right, so the whole strategy here is that I just wait until they over-attach an energy. So the whole strat is I need them to put an energy on the Monkey Dory. That is it. They put an energy on the Monkey Dory. They, confuse and damage the Sudowoodo. As soon as they do that, Turtonator comes down. Because then if they hit into the Turtonator with Monkey Dory, I discard an energy, and then they'll have to come in swinging with the Crustle. I also discard an energy from the Crustle. So the whole strategy is if they put an energy on the Monkey Dory and start attacking, I retreat into the Turtonator who discards their energy. If they don't, then I win the game, and they probably think that I can, stop them from doing anything. But again, the fact that I'm playing a control deck and their timer is 2 minutes lower than mine goes to show you that I don't BM all over people's faces. And why not use the Elgium to put more energy on the duck? Ooh, there we go. There we go. Let's get rid of that stupid mist energy. Get out of here. Actually, no, we want to get rid of the growing grass, because then maybe they can't attack now. So it actually makes more sense to go for the growing grass. But the fact that I didn't get to use my hammers like at all this game, oh my God. Come on, PDCGL. Come on. Yep, saw that one coming. Press 1 if you saw that one coming. But yeah, so the reason I'm not LGMing more energy onto the Psyduck is because the Monkey Dory would be able to retreat. The only reason the Monkey Dory is stuck in the active is because of Impound. So I would have to waste an energy on the Sudowoodo to retreat, and then I would slate shift an energy away, and then if they just have an air balloon or any energy in their deck, then they can just retreat the Monkey Dory. And with how things have been going, I have to go for the sure thing. And my opponent has rage quit. They must have closed the app and got very sad. But this was going to be a win no matter what, because, okay, we're flipping heads on the hammers, which is great. And yeah, we'll just get rid of the darkness. So now they're just completely screwed. So even if they were here, they wouldn't win. But let's just see what our head flips would have been. Because, I mean, even if, oh my God, even if they were here, there's nothing they can do. They're just kind of stuck like my stepsister in the snow. She got her car stuck in the snow, and I got behind her and I just started giving her as much as I could. But no matter how hard I pushed, no matter how much I gave it to her, she just wouldn't budge. So, it sucks when your stepsister gets stuck and you just get behind her and you just go to town and she just doesn't budge. But, that's what happens. And I do see the irony in the fact that Crustle is essentially a Sudowoodo stall deck, stall control, annoying deck, and that I was able to annoy the annoying deck, and they were inactive for too long. You might think, oh no, that's the disconnect glitch that's still going on and they won't fix. No, that was a rage quit. That was absolutely a rage quit. They were playing slow the entire game. I only won 7 coin flips? I won 7 out of like 20? Like more than that, probably. BDCGL, I hate your face. All right, so I have to write all this down. If I missed your message because I was kind of, focused on, I had to think. The problem was that I had to think here, and that was what held me back. So if I missed your message while I was doing that, type it again and I will interact. So we'll do one more game with this deck. I only got 275 points for that. Did they? Wait, there's no way they sent me a friend request. Oh, that's just somebody else. Okay. So that was the Turtonator build. We'll do the Sudowoodo build. I mean, they're kind of the same thing. I mean, they're kind of the same thing. Yeah, they're the same. I like that one. They're the same thing anyway. So that was the Turtonator build. Turtonator. And Lena. PDCGL totally bug-free and balanced game. Definitely is. She just needed a good plowing. Yeah. She just needed a good plowing. And yeah, Lena, that new stepsister joke, I thought of you when I came up with that. So I was thinking of you the entire time. I thought of doing things with my stepsister. Remember, whenever I'm thinking about doing things with my stepsister, you're always forefront in my mind. But, oh, what? This would have been the perfect hand. This would have been an amazing starting hand. Well, this one's okay, I guess. No, I think it's a combination of things. I don't think you can point to any one thing and say this is the reason why the Pokemon trading card game is sucking this year. I think it's a confluence of events. This is an unwinnable matchup unless this is Clefairy. But I think it's like several different things. Number one is they're trying to get caught up on printing because they've had so many printing issues. I got that from the Legend of Korra. They have so many printing issues, they probably wanted to make a concerted effort. There's another one. They wanted to make a concerted effort to print less cards. So that's number one, is I think they went out of their way. Ooh, it's Raging Butt. They went out of their way. All I have to do is trap Latias and we'll be fine. Is what, the last 2, 3, 4 years they've had issues with printing. So I think that was number one. What's the A spec? Neutralization zone. Julian, this is a family-friendly stream. Unless you're talking about popsicles, because it's getting close to summer. It's Canadian summer here. But yeah, no, not trolley. It is neutralization zone. And of course, we are going to fail. But I think if I just put the Dwebble down, we win, don't we? Don't I just win if I put the Dwebble down? Yeah, you always forget about neutralization zone, don't you? And I'm putting the battle cage into play right now because I want to kind of bait out their whatever stadium they might have. So number one, printing issues. Number two, don't forget, the Pokemon franchise was on a 3-year clock for the longest time. They were on a clock for 3 years. Every 3 years, there'd be a new generation. This has bucked that trend. Because it'll be, what, 4 or 5 years? 4 years between Scarlet and Violet and Winds and Waves? 5 years, depending. 4.5, 4 to 5 years, depending when it comes out. So they have absolutely bucked that trend. Mark, you must be a boomer. So that's another thing, is they were not expecting to have to wait. So like I came up with, is they're probably reducing the power level on purpose so the game is more balanced when Winds and Waves comes out. Yeah, the trainer's Pokemon was rushed because Legend ZA was delayed. So they probably thought it was just going to be a year of Megas and that would be it. They were just like, oh, it'll just be 1 year of Megas. That's all we'll do. We don't have to worry about anything else, just 1 year of Megas. And then they learned that number one, ZA is being delayed. So they had to rush trainers Pokemon. And then they probably learned, oh, we have to do 2 years of Mega Pokemon now. So there it is. That's our game winning card. So they had to look at all the things that are happening. And they probably had 1 year of Mega cards completely planned out. And then they learned, no, we have to stretch that to 2 years. So they canceled the middle sets or whatever they're called in Japan, like special mid sets. So instead of 1 set a month, it's like 1 set every 2.5 months in Japan now. So that would be my guess, is that that's another reason why things have gone wrong. And then also, it just kind of seems like they're lazy, right? Just kind of seems like the people in charge of the competitive side of the game are just not great at their jobs right now. Doesn't it? Like, it just kind of seems like they're not doing great. All right, there's a Pokepad. I guess I go for the let's just set them up here. Let's set them up and see if they pay attention. Right? Let's set them up, see if they know what my strategy is. No, they're not part of Nintendo. Creatures is not part. It says Pokemon Nintendo Creatures Game Freak. Out of those, Nintendo has no part in the trading card game. It's just they do that because they're all co-owners of the Pokemon franchise. Like back in the mid 90s when Pokemon started taking off, what they did was Nintendo was like, okay, you're the Pokemon company or Creatures or whatever. So what we're going to do is we're going to have a piece of it on our Nintendo. The Pokemon company is going to have this, Creatures, Pokemon company, whatever. And then Game Freak, who we're going to hire to develop the game, they also get a bit of it, which is why they don't hire better developers for the Pokemon franchise, is because Game Freak is part owner, and Game Freak is not going to not stop milking their cash cow. Laddie, well, no, that's just like you look at the Terras, right? Terras are spread across 3 generations. And they got the bosses. All right, well, we lose. Yeah, they're making like a Elden Ring or something. Elden Ring is like their next game or something. All right, well, let's move on to Raticate because we got our one game. So we'll switch over to the win-loss counter. I am 2-3, I believe. But we played this for an hour. I'm okay with it. I don't care that we lost or whatever. All right, so we're that and that. We did Anal. That was our first opponent, was named Anal. All right, so it's Raticate time. It's time to eradicate our enemies. Get rid of that and that. So let's do the Risky Ruins build first. We're at 15-15. And this is a rematch, so they're not going to know what we're facing, but I think this is a bad matchup for us. So it's Raging Bolt, but I don't think that I can win. Coarty. No, I play. Hey. This is the Risky Ruins build, but as long as we don't face Dragapult or anything good, we should be fine. Well, I guess that's a Dunsparce start if I've ever seen one. Yeah, so this is Raging Bud again, because this is the person we just faced. But I do play Battle Cage builds. Don't worry about it. Huh. How do I go about doing this? I think I put the one Rattata down and I just attach to it. And then that'll be the Rattata that I evolve, but I'd rather use a Mulga if I can. Because using one Emolga seems perfect. It's really tough. I think... It's a tough matchup, but again, I might only have to take 3 knockouts, and that might be good enough, but they have bosses and all that stuff. This is a really tough call. I think what I do is I put the Rattata, I attach the energy. I know I have other things that I should probably be doing here. But the reason I didn't put the Totsadiri down is because, oh, good God. All right, well, let's see what we got, I guess. Oh, I can't select the Dunsparce. This is the last time. For the last time, I can't select a card, though it could easily happen again. All right, so we did prize a Rattata. Let's go get the Fan Rotom. And then I have to do this in a very specific order. A perfect order, one might say. All right, let's go for Raticate. And then we hit him with the old redeemable ticket. This puts a Rattata back in the deck. Awesome. So we get our Rattata. Great. And then Frisky Ruins. Boom. Yep. Oh, yeah, we got to sit through this, by the way. We got to sit through this 100 times. So fun. So much So enjoyable, isn't Pokemon Trading Card Game Live? All right, so I would have had the Emolga. The Emolga I really liked because it puts 10 extra damage. And as long as you're not facing a Monkey Dory or a Dragapult or a Frostlass Monkey Dory, just as long as you're not facing a good deck, Raticate can maybe do something in this world. If they don't go Raging Bolt Crispin, I mean, they could have Crispin Energy Switch or like another Ogre Pawn, double Energy Switch attach. Ooh, there's the Chen Pao. Really wish they would have bumped my stadium because you play 4 Risty Ruins to increase your chances of naturally drawing into it, but then I don't think I have a way of getting rid of them, which is a bit of a problem. And there's Area Zero Underpants, but that's fine. That's totally fine with me. We don't hit anybody for weakness. They got the Crispin. They probably have the Energy Switch, or they're just going to go directly into Passimian. They don't currently have a knockout, though. If you're wondering, why does Raging Bolt play Passimian? Well, 1, it can one-shot that Fez or a Meowth or something. Number 2, for Crustle, right? You need a way to deal with Crustle. They currently are not taking a knockout, though, which is kind of funny. I wonder if they know that they're not taking a knockout right now. Did you realize you weren't taking a knockout? All right, so I go into this guy. Yeah, I think I have to just go into the Raticate and then attach to you Lilies. The problem with this deck is that you have to be very careful when and when you don't evolve. So let's hit him with the Pokepad for the Dunsparce. I want to get the Emolga next turn. So the strategy is to go Emolga next turn, assuming we get knocked out here. I may have to knock out my own Fan Rotom, though. But I also might not. Right? So I think we keep the Fan Rotom in the back pocket here. We go Retaliatory Incisors for 240, which is a great number. And I can potentially do quite a bit more. So I think the strat is to just try and do my damnedest to make sure this guy gets knocked out. Like, I know I committed an Air Balloon. I know I committed a Fighting Energy. But being able to do 70 damage at really any point with this card is going to behoove me greatly. Because there's no way they got an attack this turn. You're playing Crispin. You got to rely on the draw of 2. I don't have a bosses. But we should be fine, right? I can pop the Dunsparce. Well, they got it, but that's fine, because remember, if I just hit into them with Fan Rotom... See, I wasn't even planning on this thing happening. Oh my goodness. All right, well, 70 damage on the Kangaskhan is pretty darn good. The only thing that would change my mind is if I get Emolga Energy. I would be willing to go Emolga Attack, because that gets more damage. Huh. But it's 40 damage for each damage counter on all of your bench Rattata, which is the correct way of saying it. And if you watched my YouTube shorts, you can link to another video in your YouTube shorts. And I linked to the how do you say all 1,000 whatever. What the hell? I think it's dead. Okay, I think it's dead, PDCGL, okay? I think you killed it. And I can't remember what the A spec is in here. It should be Legacy Energy, unless I'm an idiot, which is, you know, always a possibility. Okay, so I think I have to attack with Emolga right now because we don't currently have it like that. Yeah, we don't have it like that, so I have to go for the Emolga, which is kind of wacky and wild and weird. But it does help me out. So let's go for Dunsparce. There should definitely be a 2-2 line. I fully admit that, you know, the line that I have is not correct. All right, we go Emolga. They're probably not going to target the Emolga. But, I mean, I can only attack once, right? All my Rattata have 30 damage on them. So this is 30, 60, 90, but I'm only going to be able to get 2. You have to be able to recover your rats. That's the main problem. That's why you have to play the Dunsparce or Pheasantipity or all this other stuff, but you have to have 4 rats on the field at all times. So I think the 3/3 to Dunsparce is just not correct. Right? Remember, this is all rough drafts. This is Trust Your Pilot's triple play where he didn't really practice anything. He just kind of went for it. But I believe if I get a recovery card, we are in there, and they're going to go for bosses, which is very bad for us. So we're going to go for a rat. They're probably going to bosses twice. But I am literally a Raticate away from, you know, doing some things. Like, I can attack with Fan Rotom, hit into their Kangaskhan. I have Lana's Aid. You know, I can never attack with the Emolga again. I can sacrifice it. I can leave it in the active and force them to, you know, put a bosses down. But that's about all I can do. You know, or I can attack with Emolga at the very, very end of the game. That is also an option. And imagine if I put a Dunsparce EX in the deck. That'd be great. Well, we don't need that. All right, so the Dunsparce. And there's probably a correct order of doing this, and I'm not doing it. Ooh, there's Lana's Aid. Okay. So in this situation, I go Buddy Buddy Poffin. Huh. If I Lana's Aid, we know they have another bosses, right? They're going to be able to get another bosses. It's going to ruin my life. I'm going to hate everything. I think what I do is 1 Dunsparce, so I have card draw. Potentially. Potentially. And then rat, fighting. I put this rat into play. We go... I mean, I guess I attach to this one because I want to make... No, I attach to this one because I want the one... Wait, how does math work? No, I think that one. Oh, God. I have to think. Oh, God. Trust Your Pilot has to think. The world is over. Everyone, the world is cooked. We're cooked. Trust Your Pilot has to think. Because I'm trying to decide which one to make a target. But I want to have the most damage left over in play. So which is... Well, if they have bosses, I think I lose, right? I think if they have bosses, I probably just lose the game. Because I have to knock out Kangaskhan and then any 2-prizer, most likely Meowth. If they don't have bosses, the game is over and we have won. They're retreating. Is that a good sign or a bad? I can't tell if them retreating is a good sign or a bad sign. I think that's good because you think they'd slam the bosses if they just had it like that. Ooh, they gave me a golden shower. I really like that. Okay. I think that's GG because they whiffed 1 turn and now I just kind of have it like that because now I have 4 rats on the field, or 3 rats. And oh, wow. Ooh-wee. Ooh-wee, we got it. Ooh-wee. All right, so then we go into this guy. That guy has the energy. And then we see how much damage. We're doing more than 220. Oh, we're doing 320, baby. Oh, we're doing 320. I think that's 100% GG right there. Okay, so we have Ursaluna. Let's go to Dunsparce. Could have countergained. Yeah, but I didn't know what was going to happen, right? I knew what I could have done. And yeah, we'll hold all this. I want to keep 1 counter gain, I think. Right, just in case I need to attack with the Ursaluna. Because I have game with Ursaluna. Actually, no, I don't need the counter gain. Yeah, I don't need the counter gain. And I knew counter gain would potentially play a role here. But I'm not into role play. Mistress Powderbottom charges extra for that. Well, you can kind of see how the deck is supposed to work. If they don't play Frostlass or Monkey Dory or Dragapult, you just use Risky Ruins. That puts 20. Then you Emolga once. That puts 30, so that's maximum. Unfortunately, Rattata only has 40 hit points. Do we just concede? With this build, yes. With the Battle Cage build, you wait until they bump your Battle Cage, then you concede. But I have 3 different builds. This is the Risky Ruins one, and it lives up to the name, being very, very risky. But because I have 2 prizes left and Counter Gain doesn't work unless you're losing, then there's no reason for the Counter Gain to do anything. And there's Area 0. Again, they can't win. How do they... If I can find my last Risty Ruins. No, Lively Stadium is the worst idea. The reason you can't play Lively Stadium is because if you over damage your Rattata and then they bump your Lively Stadium, all your Rattata die. Well, Spring Masked Ogerpon is a huge problem for us. This is a game, we're gonna lose the game. We know, as long as they don't have double energy switch. Wait, have they played a Crispin this turn? Have they played a supporter? Oh god. Oh, please no. No! No! No, come on, bro. I was gonna beat you off. Not like this. Actually, no, this is perfect because they're only gonna take 2 prizes. Oh, that's hilarious. That is hilarious. Yes, please do it this turn. Please do it this turn. I was thinking, you know, if they do it next turn, we lose. But I have bosses. They bump the Risky Ruins, which is a huge problem, but I think I have it on this Meowth at the very least, right? If I just attack with this rat, but I don't have an energy. Oh no. I don't have... Oh, yes! Yes! Oh, yeah, absolutely. I just beat the second best deck. You don't believe me? This is literally the second best deck in Japan right now. Obviously, with Special Red card, it gets a little bit different. But Raging Butt is the second best deck in Japan right now. I beat it with Raticate. I beat it with freaking... Look at that. Look at that. I beat the second best deck. They didn't even get a Raging Bolt, but... the rats are ruling the world. Oh, that was great. That was great. Oh, I'm so good. I'm so good. I'm so amazing at this game. Can you believe how good Trust Your Pilot is at Pokemon cards? Can you even fathom? All right, we're retiring that one. That was the one and only game we're playing with that build. So let's go to the Ludicolo one. This one is more, yeah, Ludicolo. Both of these have Diggersby in them, so we might showcase it a little bit more. Hey, you said you wanted Rat Jam. Their name is an anagram for jam. So there you go. Ask and ye shall receive. So that was Turtonator Talonflame. That was Risky Ruins Raticate. We are at the 123 mark. So I guess I just have to get one game with Drapion. And we have a YouTube video, baby. Things didn't look great. I mean, the first game, I'm going to have to cut out so much. Like, I have to cut out like 20 minutes. But if you'll recall, Ludicolo is the only Pokemon that boosts boosts HP in Standard right now. That's a shaman. Okay, well, that's fine. I don't care about that. Diggersby knocks you out. So this is going to be interesting. You know, I'm willing to put a 4th game. I just have to cut out a lot from that control game. It's got to cut out a lot from the control game. Yeah, so my ideas for the VODs channel was Trust Your Pilot's Schlongs, Trust Your Pilot's Cockpit. I kind of just stalled from there. I was like, Schlongs and Cockpit. What should the other names of the VODs channel be? But both are, like, I can change it at any point, right? It can be changed. You can change the name of the YouTube channel. It's changing the URL that takes longer. Okay. What the hell is this? This is a great starting hand is what the hell this is. All right, here we go. Funnelby. Let's go Fan Rotom. Let's get some rats in here. Get 1, 2, 3. Let's get triple rats. And done. We have Mortys for next turn. I mean, there's no way they're doing anything, right? They're just going to knock out the Shaman. And that's it. Oh, what's that? You want to beat me off? Oh, I'm going to let you beat me off. Oh, yeah, you want to beat me off, bro? Yeah, go for it, bro. I'd like to see you. I'd like to see you beat me off. But that was pretty good. I was really worried about that Lily's because we got a terrible starting hand. And then I'm just like, no, Lily's into 8. The Fan Rotom is definitely the MVP of this deck because it gets your Bunnelby, it gets your both of your rats. Doesn't get Diggersby, though. Is there any version of this that could utilize Team Rocket's Orbeetle? You're going to make me look up a Team Rocket's Orbeetle. As often as you like, you may move 1 damage counter from one of your Team Rocket's Pokemon to another. No, never mention this card again. You never mention this card to me ever again, and we will never have a problem, okay? I just won this game, by the way. Did you know that I just won this game? Hey, everybody, did you know that I just beat off a stranger? All right, let's go. I think Morty's first is correct. Right, Morty's first, because that there's an increased chance of just drawing into what I need. Because if I get a Diggersby, then I can use the Pokepet, or I can use the Poffin for the last Rattata, and then we can maybe get a Lotad built up. But the problem with Diggersby is it's a risky card, shall we say? Because now I just can't do anything. Because now I can never attack again. I have a Diggersby in the active, and now I can never attack with this ever again. So it's like, yeah, Diggersby's good if they knock it out right after, because I can't attack ever again. This is why I wanted the Ludicolo build. There's just not enough space on the bench. Like, yeah, you're like, oh, put Area 0 in the deck, bro. Yeah, but then I have to put in Area 0 instead of Battle Cage, which just insta loses to any Dragapult deck if you're not playing Battle Cage. And then I have to put Cornerstone Masked Ogerpon in the deck, but you don't play any cards to go and get the Cornerstone Masked Ogerpon because you rely on Poffin and Pokepad and Fan Rotom. All right, that's fine. They currently don't have a knockout, though, which is kind of funny. I don't think I put Surfer in here. You know, you just gotta hope, right? We're playing Raticate deck, okay? We're playing Raticate. This is literally the bottom of the barrel. You gotta bench one more, bro. Never mind, my math is terrible. Don't listen to me. Never mind, my math sucks, and that Archer is gonna cost us the game. But my problem with this particular build, well, that's useless, thank you. My problem with this particular build is you attack once, and then it's like, then what, right? You can't re-attack with your Diggersby. You attack once with Diggersby, and you can no longer do anything else. The Ludicolo at least gives you plus 40 hit points, so as long as they don't target Ludicolo, you can attack twice with Diggersby. It's just, I think you kind of have to play the Risky Ruins build. Not now. I think you just have to play the Risky Ruins build and just hope. You know, maybe you can put in a 1/1 Rabska, but the fact that you have to put 4 Rattata on the bench basically at all times, or sorry, 3 Rattata and 1 Raticate, it's just too much. It is not a good enough road deck. So that's the problem. You know, maybe we'll add a Surfer to a different build after we play it a couple times. I'm just really disappointed that we got Archered. Right? If I don't get Archered, where this is a competitive game, because they had to put the Mewtwo down. Well, I mean, we do, like you said, we do have an attack. Not a good one, but it is an attack. And if they don't have energy, we win the game. If they have 0 energy, I do win this game. So you might be like, oh my god, you just did 360 damage with Raticate. That card must be great. No, the card is not great because you can. What happens when I knock out this Raticate? You don't play Risky Ruins, so then you lose 120. So it goes 360 to 240, and then again you can't attack again. So it's like you have to play Raticate. It's just too much math and too complicated. When you look at the tier list these days. And you look at the tier list and it's like, hey, there's 2 single prize decks in the top 10-ish, right? There's Alakazam and Slowking. Slowking requires a lot, but it's repeatable, like my balls. You know, it's repeatable, even though it takes a lot. And Alakazam is just so goated that you just play Lily's Clefairy to combat everything. And the other thing is, you don't really have space for Psyduck or Shaman, so I'm glad we're gonna get a YouTube video out of this, but it's like we're gonna put one game in a YouTube video and that's about it. Though, if I can knock out, if I just top deck Raticate, I think we win. Ah, it's an air balloon. All right, well, let's, I still think we might win if I just put Raticate back in the deck. No, it'll be, because remember, it's the Trust Your Pilot triple play. It's the Trust Your Pilot triple play. Well, I'm talking about in Slowking, you just add or sorry, in Alakazam, you just add a Clefairy and then you just, you know, hope. And then you just hope they don't realize. But you remember, you have Enhanced Hammer, right? You have 2 Enhanced Hammer in Alakazam. Maybe you start playing 3 and you just go for these guys. But yeah, you got to get rid of that for Articuno. Yeah, we'll be missing 10, which is a problem. So I think that's just GG. But yeah, we're too far behind anyway. You're right, Ben. And did anyone see, because remember, I tell you, ooh, hello. Remember how I tell you that I'm a masturbator? Did anyone see my Twitter post this morning? Well, that was disappointing. Well, that was, I could have gone out in style and knocked myself out, but I forgot. So then you didn't get to see me masturbate people. All right, let's, we'll try it one more time. No, we'll go to, I have 2 more. No, never mind. We'll play this one again, then we'll play the other one for 2, then we'll go to Drapion. All right, Jared Garcia. $132, and then we're probably facing off against something stupid. Alrighty, so yeah, it was, I'll put it up on screen because I know you all enjoy what I do. I know you all laugh. You're just like, Trust Your Pilot, how can you be so funny? And if you don't think I'm a masturbator, look at the timestamp on the tweet. Yeah, 1 hour per deck, there you go. That was the strategy. I only played like 3 games with a control deck, though. TYP best tweet ever. That is the name of this image, because it's true. I cannot tell a lie. I'm like George Washington. Hang on, am I going first or second? They decided to go first. So I'm going to put a Rotom into play, and I'm going to screw you over, bro. Oh, God, it's Frostlass. Okay, at least we're playing Battle Cage, but it's Frostlass. So, because managing a team of 3 experienced designers. And my counterpoint to that is, the Mets are an experienced baseball organization. Doesn't mean they're good. All right, let's go Prism Energy and Lilies for 8. And wow, this is, I'm just going to go for a Crushing Pulse and see what happens. Please. Thank you. Oh, but they have everything in their hand. Are you kidding me? They have everything in their damn hand. They have Colress, all the energy Mega Frostlass. So yes, we got rid of a Pokegear and a Mega Signal, but at what cost? God, that attack never works. I knew I should have judged them, but this is fine because I get to thin out everything, so it's not that big of a deal. Okay, so it's very important that I thin out every single card that I can. Oh, we prized the Rattata. That's concerning. Okay, so we want to go Lotad and I guess Fan Rotom. Just because that's what I choose to do because I'm a big boy. And then we have to waste all 3 Pokepad. I know it seems crazy to waste all 3 Pokepad this early when I need to get Diggersby and stuff, but if I don't get an energy, we lose the game. Because I went all in. I could have gone for a second Bunnelby. I did not go for a second Bunnelby. We just gotta hope for an energy, or if I play counter gain, a counter gain. So that's why I had to burn all the cards. Oh, that was close. That was way too close. And then as long as they don't realize that I lose the game if they target anyone except the Diggersby. But what are the odds that they're able to go... Oh, okay. They're not going to use Wallies. Ooh, this is great. I don't care what stadium you're putting down. I win the game. Oh, this is hilarious. All right, again, as long as I get an energy, we win the game. They should not have attacked. If they could do math, they would be terrified right now. All right, so Rattata down. Really wish we hadn't prized that other one. That's the other issue I haven't talked about with this, is that, hey, if you just prize things, you lose the game. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me right now? We're short? We're YouTube short? All right, and then I do have Lively Stadium, but that doesn't really help at all. Okay. Please do not use... Oh, wait, I don't know how to do math. Yes! Again, isn't it great when you don't know how to do math? The world is your cloister when you don't know how to do math, because then you get excited. And I love prizing the redeemable ticket. That is my favorite thing in the world to do, is when you prize redeemable ticket. It's like, hey, what do you play to make sure you don't prize all your Rattata? Redeemable ticket. Well, it would be a shame if you prized it. All right, that one was pretty good. That was pretty good. So we'll slip it in real quick. All right, so this is Raticate Prism Box. I guess would be the name for it, just like Raticate Prism. Oh, I still have a lightning. We don't want lightning. We want fighting. We want fighting. We don't want lightning. We want a fighting energy in here for the Pissimian. All right, so this deck is Fan Rotom. We only need 1 Fan Rotom, right? We don't need 2 Fan. That's for nerds. No, I don't trust the game. I don't trust the game whatsoever. All right, so we have 3 bosses, 4 Pokepad, 4 Poffin. I feel like this list isn't great, but you know, it's PDCGL. Who cares? Okay. So now we're playing the Moltres build. And footage. Found footage, like found footage. And hey, well, you know I can't do math. You know you can't trust my math. Heart of the cards? Damn straight heart of the cards. Wouldn't that be what he said? All right, okay. So yeah, we're 4-4, by the way. Bunnelby start. I told you, heart of the cards. Heart of the cards, bro, as long as I can get some basics. 3 mulligans, and they're playing Frisky. Oh, crap. We have to get a Fan Rotom. So we have 2 Fan Rotom, 4 Poffin, 4 Pokepad. We have to get one of those 10 cards off of our next 4 cards that we're going to see either through mulligans or top deck. Because I decided to go first, like a dummy. Okay, come on, PDCGL. Come on, bro. We just need 1. All we need is 1. Yes! Oh, I knew it. And then watch me prize all my Rattata. Yep, we did. We literally prized 2 Rattata. Oh, my God. All right, so that goes down. That goes down. And I guess I attach the Prism Energy. So everything went perfectly up until the time when everything went wrong. So it was great. We were in for a great time. Fun was going to be had by all if I just don't prize all my Rattata. And then we did. Also, I guess I could have just waited for them to put Risky Ruins in play and not have to worry about all this. But I'm a crazy person, clearly. And they have a Monkey Dory. Yeah, we're going to definitely lose. We're definitely going to lose here. Definitely going to lose here, mate. Oi, mate, we're definitely going to lose here, mate. No, because if I retreated, then they would retreat lock somebody. We can't let them retreat lock somebody. That would be bad. All right, well, I don't have a Diggersby. So... I either Hilda... And Garrett, I guess I have to Hilda? Never mind. Okay, if we get redeemable ticket, we're still probably going to lose. But if I can go... Yeah, we're going to air balloon this guy just to be... Nah, yeah, no, yes. Because I might need to whap down or something. All right, so Lilies. If I can just get redeemable ticket, we will be totally fine. All I need to win this game is redeemable ticket, and they don't stand a chance of winning. But I didn't get my battle cage, and I didn't get anything. And Evie, I'm going to go for... You have a 3 next to your name. I'm going to go for number 3 because of you. Hey, you were right. But, yeah, we didn't get the Risky Ruins down, so they just kind of win now. What? You win. I understand. I have a strat. I didn't say it was a good strategy, but I have one. You know, I never say my strategies are good. I'm playing a road deck. The fact that I have a chance to win this game, you should feel sad about yourself. You should feel bad about yourself, and you should cry yourself to sleep. But, yeah, they're going to knock out everything this turn. Yeah, so I'll concede. Yeah, so that was their way. Usually you give a thumbs up. Usually the thumbs up is the universal signal for I have Starmie and I'm going to Monkey Dory your Rattata and take a 3-prize turn. Not the what? All right, so let's do another Moltres deck. Is there anything from the set that I missed that is actually kind of playable? KKSHO. Let me just quickly double check. I don't really want to play the Hippowdon with Pterodon. That seems stupid because mill decks are not good. Let me just quickly check perfect order. Because remember, there's only 80 new cards. 81 if you count Naveen, which I don't. So I played Dewdon. Okay, no, I know what you're all going to say. I know what you're all going to say. No, I am not playing Lapras, okay? You need to earn Lapras. There's Lucario. Okay, so this is a fine matchup. There's no... Okie dokie was Ascended Heroes. So, I mean, I could try, like, Probo... No, I can't try Probopass. That's bad. The Hawlucha, that's not a deck. Yeah, I've played everything. I'm looking through... I mean, I could do, like, a Furfrou... No, I can't even do anything with Furfrou. Like, I could maybe do, like, a Chandelure for... Ooh, this is perfect. This is absolutely the perfect start because now I can guarantee that I have all my rats. So we go Fan Rotom and I guess Badoo, and I let them knock out the Badoo. Or do I just get the Bunnelby? I don't know. Because, yeah, we go this way, and then I Fan Rotom. We go and get double rats and Raticate. I have Bunnelby down, and then I redeemable ticket. I redeemable ticket first, very important. And then I get the last rat. There we go. All the rats are in play. The rats have come to town. I guess I could have waited to do that till next turn to, you know, get somebody else out of there, but that's not what we do here. That's not what we do here. And I have everything I need to win. There's no chance they can win this game. They've already lost this game. They are playing my game. They have already lost this game because they don't understand who they're facing off against. No, you do not deserve to watch me play Lapras EX. Yes, I have some ideas. I hate that my brain knows enough about Pokemon cards that I can actually turn this into a deck. But as long as they don't get a bosses at the exact right time that they need a bosses, the game is over and I've won. And they hate themselves and they will never forgive themselves for being so terrible at Pokemon cards that a Lucario deck lost to a Raticate, to a stupid Raticate. But yeah, Lapras CX, please no. Kilometers, I did play the Volcanion in the Dewdong deck. So I tried to make it work. You know, it was a coin flip deck. You just can't get enough water energy in play. The worst thing that has ever happened was losing experience share. And let's go and get, I guess it makes the most sense to go for Moltres. Because again, we can only attack with Diggersby once. You attack with Diggersby more than once, you have lost the game. I mean, I could make a sub goal for Lapras if you want. Those are all Pokemon cards. Now, as long as they don't realize that you know, if they just leave Diggersby, I can't win. But if they knock out the Diggersby, the game is over and I have won. And maybe we've masterfully baited out their Lucario, but if they realize, oh, hey, I can just bosses knock out a Rattata, and then that Diggersby just becomes a liability. But please, no bosses. If you don't have bosses, I have won, and I have defeated. Get it? Defeated. I've won, because we do 360 with Eradicate when you have 3 Rattata with 30 damage on them. It's just, you know, I could have attached, I guess. I could have attached the Legacy Energy to the Diggersby, anticipating a boss's KO on somebody on the bench. But I think I'm willing to wait. And I'm willing to bait. Oh, geez. I'm willing to wait because they have to make a move at some... There's no way you're taking the knockout with a Riolu, are you? There's no way. They're taking a knockout with the freaking Riolu. Okay, they're thinning their deck because I think they know they're facing a single prize deck. Come on, you know you want to put that Lucario down. You know you got a oh god, they didn't get a Lucario. Now what the hell do I do? You know, them failing to get a Lucario was actually perfect for them. Oh god. This is actually perfect for them. And I hate that this happened. Because now I can't one-shot a Mega Lucario. Huh. That's terrible. Great. Fantastic. Love that. Happy for you. All right, what did they do last turn? So they still have a Solrock in there, so I guess I bosses the Solrock and knock it out to shut off their card draw. And then we just go Legacy Energy there. Everything else stays the same. God, why did they have to fail to get a Lucario? Now they'll get a Lucario and I'll hate it. So if they do put a Lucario into play, we save the Moltres. It is very important that we save the Moltres. Because remember, we can do 240, right? 60 times 4 is 260 damage, plus 110 is 340. So that's a perfect KO. But it's very important that we attack with the rat first, because if they gust one of the damaged rats, then... Well, actually, then I think I could still do enough, right? Then I think I can still do enough. But that was the whole strategy with this build, with the Diggersby build, is clearly they wanted us to play Raticate with Diggersby. Because it's like, Diggersby damages your bench, Raticate does more damage for your damaged Rattata. Are they just attacking with Riolu the entire game? Oh, never mind. Ah, you can suck my butt. But I'm pretty sure that's GG. Right, I have Passimian. The problem is that I rely a little bit on Counter Gain. Counter Gain is a card that I play here, which is a bit of a problem. Because I'm going to go down to 1 prize. But all I have to do is knock out, like, anybody. And I do have the Passimian. You know, the Legacy Energy... Yeah, this is going to get a little sketchy here, but they're not taking a prize this turn because they don't have a hairy mama down. Or they don't have baby hairy mama. They don't have a hairy 18-year-old. Because if you say teenager, people are like, oh, teenage. No. Hairy, above age teenager. And there we go. There's Aura Jab to stop me from saying other stupid things. Then they'll probably just spread them like cheeks. I would imagine the Makuhita is going to get at least 2. Or they'll put 1 on each Riolu and then 1 on Solrock. Yeah, there you go. Okay. So we go Rattata. We have to hit into this guy. I have 3 bosses in the deck. We've used one. We have Hilda for everything we need. I can't attack with Rowlor, which would have been funny. All right, let's go Buddy Poffin for... I mean, can I use the Bunnelby at some point? I guess technically Bunnelby is our win condition. I do have Passimian. This is gonna get a little wacky and weird here. So step 1 is Hilda for Raticate Energy. I think I want to go for the fighting, because this gives me more chances of putting an energy on the Moltres, because we definitely need to have the Moltres to win. All right, that'll go there. Fighting on the Raticate. And we know Maximum Belt is their ace spec. Okay, as long as they don't have, say it with me now, as long as they don't have Wally's Compassion. And they can't really go for the Moltres, because then they're just leaving the Raticate alive. So it's like they don't have a good choice of who to knock out. They just either have to have Wally's Compassion or hope that I don't have a bosses. But I can knock out anyone they attack with unless it's a Mega Lucario. Ooh, this is great. This is great. Okay, so Moltres is 100% the attacker here. And then I can evolve the Rattata if I ever have to attack with Diggersby. Oh, this is crazy. We're going down to 1 prize. I have an Ursaluna. There's a Morty's Conviction. That's also great. Okay, in this situation, I think I go Morty's away the Rabska, because we can't attack with that. There's a Lively Stadium. We do not want to put the Lively Stadium in play. That would be very, very bad. We do not do that. We do not be a bad pilot. Okay, we go for the Diggersby. And I think I put it into play. I think putting it into play is fine. And then we go Air Balloon, Air Balloon. And I have a Night Stretcher. We have a couple bosses. And then we take the knockout. So we have multiple ways to win. I can evolve both my Rattata into Raticate to not get Earthquaked. I do also need some Raticate, though. I think we're out. We also have Clefairy, but again, this is a counter... Are you serious, PDCGL? I put the Clefairy in the deck for 2 reasons. Dragapult and Lucario. Who did we prize? Oh, God. Okay, well, that's fine. That is totally fine. And wait, the Salvatore and Lucario, like, I appreciate it, but you don't need Salvatore and Lucario because Solrock is a great turn 1 attacker. Right, Solrock is an absolutely goated turn 1 attacker. There's no reason to Salvatore Lucario into play turn 1. Because it's just so difficult to find it. Like, you'd have to play a full Pokegear build. It's just attack with Solrock. And, yeah, should I? I think that would be hilarious. You know what? So I could play this game out and obviously win very easily. But what if we went to sudden death? No, I have no way of winning sudden death unless we start Clefairy double energy or something. They're going for the Diggersby then. Oh, they don't have it? Oh, that's sad. All right, yeah, let's do it. Let's do it. So, YouTube audience, this is going to be in the video. Obviously, I just, evolve. I just evolve 1. If I just Raticate into Rattata, and then obviously I'm going to Gust. So I have game, but it would be funnier if we went to sudden death. And that's what you got to do. That's why you should go watch me over on twitch.tv/give Trust Your Pilot all your money. Is you can influence the games. You have the chance to get me to do the dumbest thing imaginable, which is beat myself off. You know, have you ever wanted to watch me beat myself off live? Come over to Twitch, and I'll do it as hard as you want me to. But yes, for those of you wondering, I had game. I just had to evolve the 1 Raticate. I just had to evolve this Rattata right here into a Raticate, and then they only take 1 prize instead of 2 to win the game. But this is funnier. And I do wish the person who launched the final attack got to choose the knockout. Okay, so now I'm calling the coin flip. So they just, I guess they just were blown away. So remember, you want to go first now. Oh crap, do I want to go first? No, I can't. So I was gonna say, you want to go first in sudden death almost 100% of the time. The problem is that I'm playing a deck where everyone has 70 hit points or less. Oh no. Okay, this is fine. This is fine. Everything's fine. Actually, the legacy energy's kind of goated. Because now I just have to go Pokepad, Fan Rotom. I think I win. I think I win because I go Pokepad, Fan Rotom. As long as they don't have a Mega Lucario, as long as they don't start Riolu, I think I win. Yeah, and then I go... Oh, geez. This is concerning. Now I wish I'd gone second. If I had known this was going to be my starting hand, I would have chosen to go second. Because I have Pokepad Legacy Energy. I can go and get Fan Rotom. It's just, they should be prioritizing a Makuhita, right? Obviously, if they have bosses, they win. There's no way I can win if they just have bosses in that hand. Because I started the stupid Badoo. I could have started the Fez, and maybe that would have been smarter, because Solrock doesn't hit for weakness. But Mega Lucario does, which is a big problem. And is that a Makuhita? It's a Hairy Mama. Good. It's a or they're just going to go for an energy because they're worried about getting item locked. Okay, we got this. We so freaking got this. I'm just going to thin out my entire deck because it doesn't matter what I do. If they have bosses, they've won the game. So we put the... No! No! Not like this. Not... Oh, wait. No, no, it's still in there. Okay, okay. We still have a chance. We still have a chance. Okay. Pokepad for... Wait, does Passimian win it? No, because I can't activate Counter Gain. Oh, this is so bad. Passimian would have won me the game. So we just have to go Fan Rotom. I can't do enough damage, unfortunately. So Fan Rotom, let's... Oh, I screwed that up. I screwed that up. I screwed that up big time. I screwed that up so big time. All right, let's... yeah, we'll go Legacy Energy on you. They don't know that I have a Fez, but I should have used the Pokepad for the Diggersby. That was a huge oopsie. That was a huge oopsie doopsie. Oh, geez. Oh, geez. Okay, but this is fine, because my screw-up means I can use lilies now. My oopsie means I can use lilies now, because I was saving... There we go. Oh, crap. Oh, things are much, much worse. Okay, so we go for the Diggersby, because I want to thin a card out of the deck. Oh, I've made a terrible mistake. I should have saved the Pokepad. Oh, and if they just retreat and go into Mega Lucario, but they can't Night Stretcher the Hairy Mama. They can't play with their balls. They can't Pokepad for a Hairy Mama. They're realistically just living off their discard. And whatever they get off of... Oh my god! Oh my god! Please! Please, I just need an energy! Please! That's all I need! Please! PDCGL, please! Please, I've never asked for anything more in life. I just... Please! Please, this is all I need in life. Oh my god! Oh my god! Wait, what? Yes! Oh, this is great! I gotta give him a thumbs up. See? There you go. Wasn't this fun? See? Forcing people into sudden death, forcing people to do what you want is always good. And then we prized the Diggers. Wow, out of all the cards we could have prized, it was the second Diggersby. So yes, I should have saved the Pokepad. That was why I wasn't going to play Lilies, is because it was going to be I Fez, and then I Lilies. But I Pokepadded for Fan Rotom, thinking it was a Buddy Puffin. I just got too overexcited, and now I need a new keyboard. All right, so that was Moltres Raticate. Great game. All right, so we have 1 hour left in the stream. Yeah, I had game both times. And now we just play Drapion, because there's really only one way to play Drapion. You just play it. So if we get one game with Drapion, my strategy has worked of the Trust Your Pilots triple play. All right, so allow this name against, I guess I just put Drapion, because I can double check. But I think the only Drapion list I saw was like, you just put it with Toxtricity. There's nothing else. You just put it with Toxtricity and hope. Oh no, there was a Drapion in a Slowking list. But I refuse to play Slowking until Metagross is out. Well, this is a terrible matchup. Yeah, I refuse to play Drapion, or sorry, I refuse to play Slowking until Metagross is out, just because the deck never works for me anyway. But let me see if I can find the Japanese list. Ooh, here we go. Let's go. I guess I attached to you. There's no way. There's no way they got it like that. We're just going to be fine. Eevee, not you too, Eevee. Not you too. I thought we were on the same wavelength. Please, Eevee, not you as well. Don't jump on this bandwagon. All right, I'm trying to look, because I have a secret stash. I have a hidey hole. I have a sneaky pocket where I can find Japanese lists. Ooh, there's a couple of lists that I haven't seen before that seem pretty fun, but are not actual, like, wacky decks. So yeah, I found the Drapion list. I'm pretty sure this is it. But I have Morty's Conviction instead? Okay. All right, I see what you're doing, Pilot. Road decks to try. All right, so they evolved into a Dracloak. We're fine. Eevee is a mod for the people. How is he not? No, just everyone just shush. Ferme la shush. Ferme la face. Shut your face. That is French for shut your face. But it's not new. That's the thing. It is, and they got the stupid Dust Noir. Of course they got the, I was like, there's no way they get Rare Candy Dust Noir and then knock out my Pecharunt. No way that'll happen, right? Okay, so they're not doing it. Great. Yeah, we have to Morty's here, unfortunately. That is terrible. Thank you. Love that. Let's go and get a Skorupi. So you can Skorupi on me. And yeah, we'll Poison Chain. And see what happens. But they have to evolve that into a Dragapult, but it doesn't really matter because they have Dragapult Crispin. Yeah, PB, the reason I'm playing Drapion over... Because there's also Palmet, and yes, that's how you play it. It's not Palmot, which I think is stupid. Do I have the anti-Dust Noir technology? There's no room. Unfortunately, there's no room in the bench for this, because you essentially have to play 3 Toxtricity and 2 Drapion, and then like an Yveltal or something. So that's another major issue, is because you have to put 3 Darkness on this thing. I meant like this year, right? If I'm going to play one Paralysis deck in 2026, it's going to be the new one. There it is. There's the there she blows. There she blows. No, there's no Janine, because you have to play a supporter, right? You can't play Janine in this deck, because you have to be able to draw cards. It's just, I don't think this is good enough, right? But as long as we don't play a deck if we just play something that's not Dragapult, right? That is the only thing holding us back, because they have everything. They had turn 2 Rare Candy Dust Noir, turn 3 Dragapult Crispin. There's not a whole lot you can do when they just got it like that. But not why do you want me, like, tell me, okay, you want me to play Lapras? What's a good strategy? Is it better than the strategy I came up with? I doubt it is. All right, so technically I can attack this turn. But Janine is not good enough, right? Because then you have to play Energy Switch too. Lapras +9. But how do you get the energy? Ooh! Ooh, wee! Ooh, wee! All right, let's Iris first. We're gonna Iris away the Sacred Ass because we're not gonna win anyway. All right, we have the attack. We have the attack, and they are trapped. All right, unfortunately, I did attach to the other dude when I shouldn't have attached to that dude, but we'll be fine. Also, I think I just knocked myself out here when I attack because the Drapion has damage on it. So yeah, this is gonna end terribly for us. But hey, at least we had fun. So you want me to play Dewdong? Yeah, but then I have to play like Terapagos Glass Trumpet or something. That's not fun. All right, let me stamp them. Yeah, not so fun now, is it, huh? Yeah, what do you think about this Dragapult player? Well, that's not cool. That's the opposite of cool. Okay, so we go Hazardous Tail. As long as they don't find a Darkness Energy, we might be able to win. And wait, why do I play the Baby Petrarund here? That seems kind of dumb. And, you know, there's just not enough bench space, right? You need to have Monkey Dory. Because there's no tool card. Like, this isn't TCG Pocket where we have tool cards that heal the Pokemon. Use the Larimar Rain Lapras. So, okay, I'll write these ideas down. Lapras EX. Let's write some ideas down. Okay, so we have Terapagos plus Trumpet. Yeah, there goes that guy. Remember when I stamped them to 2 and they got everything? And then Terra Lapras EX, which sounds terrible. And then there goes my Toxtricity, because that's gone too. Grumpig? Yeah, I guess Grumpig, but again, remember, it's a hit and run card. It is also a hit and run card, so you have to play hit and runner peoples. So I think I would have won this matchup if it was anything but Dragapult. And Clawitzer, no, you can't play Clawitzer because it's just too much work. Like Dewdong, Clawitzer, it's just way too much work. Jealous? Well, yeah, I'm not talking about like who do you promote. Yeah, you promote Pecharunt. Well, actually, no, not Pecharunt because you're not poison. You promote like Crustle, Sylveon, Jellicent. You can use Shiinotic and stuff. Well, you just you do things. Not sure how we win. Well, you do things. And look, see, because I don't have anything, we just lose the game. It's almost like Dusknoir is overly powered. It's almost like that Dusknoir is too strong. All right, I think we're at 1500 now. 1513. And I believe I'm 5 and 6. Correct me if I'm wrong. I think we're 5 and 6. I'm 5. Thank you, Lena. But yeah, just the problem with this deck is that you have to play Monkey Dory, which is way too much space. So maybe I cut the Petarunts. You know, maybe we add Perilous Jungle. Maybe take out the Pecharunt, add Perilous Jungle. Because it's Paralyzed and Poison. There's no way to heal. There's no tool card that you can be like, oh, at between turns, heal 20 damage or something. I just think the 3 energy attack cost on Drapion is way too much. Let me get it on screen. I think the 3 energy attack cost is way too much, so you need to have... Well, that's great. Fantastic start. Fennel, well, that's a supporter. That is, and we're not playing Grisham when it comes out in September or whatever. This would have been a win. What's been my favorite deck? Probably Auroras. Funnily enough, probably Auroras. Because didn't I go, I went on like a 13 game win streak or something, or like I went 13-1. No, Salazzle was the most surprising. I guess technically Auroras is, but Salazzle was the most surprising. PB, but you don't switch. That's the problem, is you don't switch. It's not a hit and run deck. Oppenheimer, the first one. The one that I played for the first 3 games in the video. With this guy. Well, not the specific art, but you know, with this guy. And Eevee, I still like you despite the fact that you want me to play Lapras. I will forgive you for now. I will not forgive PDCGL for this hand. Don't I play like... I play Poffin, Pokepad, 12 basics? Which made my feet the moistest? Probably Salazzle because she's so hot. And Lena, I didn't think people would want to know about the Dracloak list, so I didn't put it in the description. And what I do is I delete decks when I'm done with them, so I didn't put it in the description. That was my bad. I also didn't want to promote more Dragapult. You know, I'm very anti-Dragapult. Yeah, that was expected. All right, well, we're at 1,500. To be fair, we've been playing all these games against people who are better than average. You felt licky? Well, that's just because I was probably near and you were barefoot. You felt licky on your toes when you attacked with Dragapult? Well, that's probably because I was near. All right, so Lombardinator. I feel like we've played them before. Lombardinator. This is Dr. Doofenshmirtz's favorite player. Going first or second? I decided to go second because I'm a fart smeller. Well, Lena's the one that used the word icky, and icky is in the word licky. You can't blame me for someone triggering something in my brain. You know, I'm triggered. Lena triggered me by talking about toes. What the hell are we facing? Okay, I think I lose this game, but what if I don't? I think we go for a Monkey Dory, and then just kind of hope this Lilies behooves us greatly. You know what? They're not going to get... I'm going to save the Lilies for next turn after we thin things out. We're going double Toxel, easy wins. And these Pokemon were once near extinction due to poaching. Following protective regulations, there is now an overabundance of them. That could be like anything, isn't it? Isn't it Slowpoke? My guess would be Slowpoke due to Slowpoke Tail. It's Dragapult, Hydreigon. I don't play Battle Cage. I don't play anything. And they're gonna mill the top 2 cards of my deck. Ruh-roh. Weird that it became my turn as they were doing that. It's Lapras EX? No one cares if Lapras EX gets poached, though. Okay, all we need is 2 Toxtricity. That's it. Just give me 2 Toxtricity, and I still probably lose the game. Well, we got 2. Still probably lose the game, and I didn't attach to the one that I needed to attach to, but it's fine. And we did prize a Toxtricity, which is also fine. Okay, I mean, we're in it. Oh, crap! Oh, God, I thought... I hit the wrong button. Oh, geez. Yeah, they're gonna win now. I hit the wrong, that was my bad. I hit the wrong button. I thought that, oh, hey, when the thing happens, that means things have happened. No, that's not how words work, and this was going to be in the YouTube video. Well, yeah, it's a mill deck, but we can definitely win as long as I don't make a dumb mistake by promoting, you know, I wish there was an undo button. You know, you think the PDCGL dev would cater to someone who's played more games than anyone else? Right? You'd think PDCGL dev would be like, you know what, TCG Masters has an undo button. We should add one too, you know, just for trust your pilot. Oh, I got Mega Gengar. So this is definitely like a mill control. Yeah, crap. But the good news is that I just kind of win. This is one matchup where I can actually win, which is hilarious. So I guess yeah. I guess we just go for the Dracloak. Oh, I was like, where the hell did Drapion go? Where the hell did Drapion go? It just disappeared. All right, let's Hazardous Tail. They can only get rid of one energy from me. But actually, yeah, maybe we can't win because I have to damage myself. I have to beat myself off ever so slightly. Ooh, never mind, we're fine. I just need to find like an air balloon or something and we're totally fine. Or an energy recycler because we've lost 4 energy somehow. You know I can take away your mod status, Clan Burglar, right? Incineroaring, that is probably by design. It also happens when you move cards in your hand for doing other things. Yeah, isn't that cool that this game is so cool that stuff like that happens regularly? All right, well, I can also just not attack. Right? I don't have to use Hazardous Tail. There is also Rack Down. But it seems like they're going to be able to do some things. There's Legacy Energy, but that's totally fine because I'll just knock you out with Monkey Dory. Energy Switch is fine. No, I think that's intended. As sad as it is, I do think that is intended. So we go Adrenabrain first. 1, 2, 3. I Rack Down. And then next turn we knock it out with Monkey Dory. And then Legacy Energy is nothing. They did say various other fixes in Polish. You got to tell me when I leave cards on the screen. But yeah, just various other fixes in Polish, people. So if you live in Poland, they specifically called you out in this update. Various other fixes in Polish. And they have the EX and we're screwed. Great. All right, well, I can Hazardous Tail. We can still win. Your opponent, are you saying there's no mill decks? Well, this isn't really a good mill deck. Like, they're going to lose to... They got a bosses. Well, that's fine. They think they're so clever. As long as you don't hit my energy recycler, we're fine. That was supposed to be the cue for PDCGL to hit my energy recycler because it would have been funny. All right, well, that's going there. I really wish I had an extra Monkey Dory right now, but I don't. Really wish we had that extra Monkey Dory right now. All right, so we're fine. But yeah, just more fixes. So basically, every card from Perfect Order, of which there was at least 5 cards from Perfect Order were broken, which I think I said was 6% of the set. Imagine telling somebody that you worked on a card game and you released a set and 6% of the set was broken. They'd be like, wow, you must be terrible at your job. Yeah, kinda. All right, so yeah, remember, no stream tomorrow. I will not be streaming tomorrow just because I'm done with the whole, oh, I'll go live at, 3 and hope the maintenance ends early because usually the maintenance only ends 6.5 hours, 6, 7 hours. That ain't happening, okay? We don't do that. We don't do that no more. You and your damn battle cage. I don't have any counter stadiums, so we have to hit the active, which means Trust Your Pilot has to do math. Are you ready, kids? Trust Your Pilot has to do math. Uh-oh. Uh-oh, Trust Your Pilot has to do math. Okay, well, Drenabrain. 1, 2, 3, and then I guess just rack down. Oh no, we're good. I don't have to do anything. And Miles, no, what I'm going to do is I'm going to upload a short. So I already have like it typed out. I'm just going to be like, hey, I've waited 4 years for this. And it's just going to be me expanding a deck. And it's just going to be me doing a full screen, deck viewer. Which doesn't really work as well as you might think on a YouTube short. Doesn't have quite the same impact on a YouTube short when you have to film it, vertically and you have to shrink some things. But hey, the YouTube audience they don't deserve it. It's not cool people. One really funny thing I've noticed with the YouTube shorts is that the amount of people who swear is up like 690% or something. It's crazy. I don't think they realize that I'm awesome and they're going to win, and I really wish I'd paralyze them. Alrighty, well, they have made a potential oopsie, because now I can go Toxel there. And really? Come on, bro. I don't know if I'm going to have enough gas in the tank here. Oh, we got 2. Okay, do we have an energy recycler? We still have the energy recycler. I guess I should dig. I guess right now I should just dig. And yeah, let's go Monkey Dory. Boom, boom. Take the KO. They have to put somebody in the active. They're not going to know what I'm about to do, but I can stamp them and use energy recycler. Ooh, repel is funny. Oh, they're going to give me that guy? Okay, that's totally fine. And let's Sinister Surge. Sinister Surge Tankian. And that's fine. I don't know. I guess I just have to, like, Lilies here. Let's... I think we should save Repel. I think we should save everything. And put a Skorupi down. Skorupi on me. And that is terrible. Alrighty. Fantastic. Love that. So what we're going to do is we're going to put that there. Did I already retreat this turn? Because I just made a huge oopsie if I have. And then retreat into Petulant. And Irritated Outburst. Take the knockout. No, because they're not going to attack again. So they're just going to mill me out because I couldn't find the Recycler Unfair Stamp. If I'd been able to get Energy Recycler Unfair Stamp off of that, we definitely win the game. The problem now is that I essentially have to Petulant into that Toxtricity. Oh, yeah, they've got it. There's a Mega Gengar. Yeah, they got it. So if I was playing an actual deck and not whatever the hell this thing is, we probably win. So I'll re-examine the list. I don't think you want the Baby Petulant, even though it is kind of funny. Like, it's a retreat locker. It's just, I don't know. It's just so tough. And Smash Cart, eventually, I have lots of other, like, that's probably not going to get very many views, and I have things that will probably get lots of views. So I have to, I have to put it in perspective of, hey, do I think a Pokemon Foot tier list is going to get a lot of views? Probably not. Do they realize that I just have a Petulant? Oh, yeah, they're going for Crashing Headbutt, so they're taking KOs. There's the stamp. There's the unfair stamp, everybody. Yippee, there's the unfair stamp. There's a Boses. Do we think they have a retreat card? I don't think you have a retreat card. I'm banking on you not having a retreat card. Because if you don't have a retreat card, I do win the game. I do win the game if you have no retreat card. But if they do have a retreat card, then I 100% lose the game because they just knock out the Pecharunt. I mean, I should have another bosses. I could take a risk and just sort of sacrifice the Toxtricity, but they can always just not take a knockout. That is definitely another option they have is just, hey, I don't have to take a knockout. I can just mill 2 cards because they have Relicanth. But things were looking pretty good for us for a second there. I got redeemable ticket. There's a Hilda. They still need to find another energy, though. That's one. You have to assume they have another one. Like, how many bosses are they down? Down 2? Okay, so let's go subjugating chains. Promote this guy. I will... If I just get this stupid energy recycler or something. And we have Skorupi Drapion. Can I just get the stupid energy recycler? We have so many things. All right, so that's going to go there. I'm going to Lily's. We're going to get the energy recycler, and we're going to win the game. Thank you. All right, we want to give them a false sense of security here. But I also need to... Oh, no, we go Night Stretcher. We go Night Stretcher for darkness. I attach the 1 darkness to the Skorupi, and this will scare them. They're going to get scared by the PP. And, yeah, we go end turn. Because they don't know that I have an energy recycler. I am the ultimate masturbator. I told you, I am a masturbator. There is nothing they can do to win right here except like 7 different things. They can only do like 7 different things to win. Oh, that's hilarious. They used Ghastly's Petty Grudge, which they should not have done. All right. How do I do this? How do I do this without sucking butts? How do I not suck a butt right now? Everybody, you need to tell me how to not suck a butt. I need to take a course on that. All right, 1, 2, 3. And then if I energy recycler, we take 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. And then I Toxtricity to the Skorupi. I also Sinister Surge. Okay, I think we have game now, right? Even if they knock out the Pecharunt, I think we're fine. I have 3 energy on the Skorupi. I have a boss's orders in deck. I can't bump the Perilous Jungle, which I didn't know I had. All right, so then we get rid of the Toxel just to drop to 3. Goated. Goated in the sauce, as the kids these days would say. And do you notice how the Toxtricity has a spot open because PDCGL is dumb? Did you notice that PDCGL is dumb? Anyone else clue into that? All right, yeah, I don't think they have it, so let's just go for it. Let's just go for it. I don't think they have it. I can win with Monkey Dory. I can also win with Drapion. Oh, did I control the control player? Oh, I'm sorry. Did I control the... Yeah, imagine trying to play a control deck. You get beaten by a Drapion. I want to attack. I want to win with the Drapion if I can. If I can win with the Drapion, we're doing it. Yes. All right, we're going with the Drapion. And I want you to Drapion me after we win this game. And then we go Hazardous Tail. Boom. Get absolutely bodied Hydreigon, Mega Gengar, Dracloak, Relicanth Mill deck. You see it every day. But you know what you don't see every day? A pilot beating somebody off while in the cockpit. You want to know why they call it the cockpit? So do I, because that's the dumbest name I've ever heard. All right, that is tentatively... I guess I put Hydreigon Mill. Very long game, but I am awesome. That is my note. That is my note to my future self. Very long game, but I am awesome. All right, so let's, yeah, we have an energy switch. We have 1 Pecharunt. 3 Monkey Dory. I think 2 Monkey Dory is probably fine, but like, this is a fine list. It's not a good list. Maybe a second air balloon wouldn't be bad, because then you don't need to play Yveltal. I mean, it's just, this is kind of it. You can't really change a whole lot with the deck. You can't change much with the list. I wish I could, but you can't. All right, so we're 6. Oh, 6. Guess what? Guess where we are? Guess what our win-loss rate is? It's 6-7. All the kids are happy now. Press 1 if you're happy seeing that number. All right, let's do I have any other like really wacky decks that I haven't gotten to? Because I'm also prepping for Chaos Rising, so it's kind of tough to see what I've got, but I don't think there's anything left that I would put in this episode. You know, we can play one more with Raticate since that was kind of fun. Oh, I have... Wait, did I forget to... I may have forgotten something. I seem to have found another Drapion list, but might just be the Japanese one. Drapion... Oh, geez. Did I just type Drapion on screen? Nope. All right, so there's Drapion Toxtricity from Japan, and then there's my version. So my version is what we're playing. The Japan one that won a very small tournament, I guess we can play that one next. I'm just very underwhelmed by Drapion. So it's like Taylor's version. Because if you want to know, press 1. So do you want to know why Taylor Swift re-recorded? Is it Raging Butt again? The reason Taylor Swift re-recorded all of her music is because she didn't own it. So in order for her to get royalties from all her own music, she re-recorded it and called it Taylor's version, because that way she owns it. All right, well, let's go for double Toxel. What did they go and get? What did they get with the Meowth? Or did they start the Meowth? They started the Meowth. So do I take the risk? No, I think I just attach to the Monkey Dory and Lilies. Because if I can just get... Okay, not quite what I wanted, but we'll take it, I guess. And then we'll play some Pokepads. Let's go get Toxtricity. And I guess another Toxtricity. And yeah, things are not going to end up great for us here, methinks. Methinks this ain't going to end well for us, me hearties. And Lena's a boomer? I knew it, Lena. I knew you were a boomer. I knew it all along with your terrible slang. All right, 3 Skorupi is not how you want to be playing this matchup, but I'm just assuming. I'm assuming they have the Crispin in their hand, or they're going to play another Meowth, and they're playing like a 3 Meowth build. Yeah, see, they're playing at least a 2 Meowth build. They're going to go get Crispin. They're going to knock out the Skorupi. I don't know. Do I promote the monkey so I have a retreater? Because I do have the attack. The issue is that I'd have to lose an energy, which I think is fine because I would have an extra energy. So this is potentially a very good matchup for us. Okay, just you don't need that was unnecessary. That was unnecessary. We got this. We go up with the monkey, hope for a supporter. Be really happy if we got a supporter here. I would also take a Drapion. Drapion me. And that's an energy. Well, that's the worst thing we could have gotten. I think I have to get rid of the Perilous Jungle. I think. Because I don't actually want to knock them out too quickly. But I also need to kind of... Oh, God, I have to do math again. Uh-oh, everybody, beware. Beware isn't just the name of a Pokemon. Okay, so I think I have to get rid of the Perilous Jungle anyway, because we didn't top deck what we needed. We go Drapion, and then... No, because I have to get rid of the energy with the Monkey Dory, and unfortunately the Monkey Dory is the only way the Drapion doesn't get knocked out. Okay, so they're going to be paralyzed and poisoned. They have no heals. I think it's okay, right? I think it's okay to do it this way, and I can go Hazardous Tail, We heal 30, so we'll have a little bit of a cushion. The issue, of course, is that I'm gonna knock them out with Rack Down, or I guess I won't knock them out with Rack Down. I have choices to make. I need to find a supporter where I know I'm for sure knocking out the Kangaskhan at some point. Because the thing with Kangaskhan is you don't play a ton of switch cards because you're not worried about getting trapped. I mean, you're worried about this getting trapped, but you're not worried about like, oh, my Kangaskhan or my Tealmast or even my Meowth. We don't have to worry about that because Meowth can tuck tail. You can't tail whether this deck is good. It's not. I can't keep them paralyzed because this is always the issue with a paralysis deck. In your head, you're like, oh my god, paralysis is cracked. Why doesn't everyone just play a paralysis deck? Because eventually you have to take a knockout. That is the downside, is at some point you have to take a knockout. Ooh, that's pretty good. And that is what will always stop you from winning, is that you have to take a knockout, which means at some point they're going to be free. Like a bird. Nelly Furtado, right? That was like, that's real boomer music there. All right, so if I think we just keep putting the damage onto the Meowth and Hazardous Tail. There you go. And then I'm just going to Rack Down, because they do get knocked out from Rack Down, which means I can focus on healing this guy, and then I can put Pecharunt into play, or I don't put Pecharunt into play, because I think I've just won the game already, right? I build up enough damage on the Meowth, that gets knocked out, then I just have to take a knockout at the end of the game with Pecharunt. I think the game is over. I think they've already lost this game. You know, they probably think, oh, he has to use Hazardous. Oh. Okay, Pecharunt's coming down. I don't care. Pecharunt, you're coming into play. I don't care if you should or not. We're going to get everything we need off of this. All right, then we go Lilies. That is Amaze Balls in my mouth. All right. Funky Dory. This Meowth is not long for this world. You're not long for this world, Meowth. And then they have to deal with my Pecharunt at some point. Or I just, get another Drapion. Right? I just get another Drapion and that's it. Right? Like, I have double Drapion. They have no good target they can go for. I am just amazing at this game. I know I shouldn't be surprised how good I am at Pokemon cards, but I just surprise myself. Every day I get better and better. You're like, wow, you built a winning Drapion list? You must be the best TCG Live player of 2022. Damn right, baby, I was. And I won the first 2 tournaments. Oh, what were they called? Trust your feet, baby. Trust your feet to go right into my mouth. And, ooh, your feet are looking a little dry. I got to place you. Okay, never mind. Uh-oh, they got that. No! Okay, as long as they don't find Chen Pao, we should be okay. As long as they can't find like a Chen Pao or something. They also have no knockout with Torrential Pump. They can sob for a knockout, but that's bad. Okay, that seems like a questionable decision by them. That was actually a terrible decision by them, because now I can just Hazardous Tail and win the game. Now I just Hazardous Tail and win the entire game. Okay, so we go Pokepad. We thin... Oh, I already have a monkey, so we don't need that. I do need an energy, though. That is the one downside, is that I do need an energy, so let's Energy Recycler, put them all back in that are in there. If I can just attach an energy to this Monkey Dory, the game is over. There's no reason to hold any other cards. The Sacred Ash might be good, though. But I think I have Night Stretcher, so I'll just put in Skorupi on me. Yeah, sure, that's fine. Okay, just give me an energy, game is over. Easy dubs, just beat off. Hey, oh, we also got the energy switch, too. So I could have done it even morelier. That is a word that I just made up, and you're jealous that you didn't think of it. All right, so we win next turn if they don't bump this Meowth. If they don't have a counter stadium or the Chen Pao that bumps stadiums, the game is over, and I'm literally 20 damage short of a knockout on the stupid Meowth. But this is hilarious. I did not think the deck would perform this great. But just as soon as you get set up, the Monkey Dory, you do have to do math. So, you think, oh, you're going to fail because you don't know how to do math. No, I'm the #1 mathematician in Canada, and that should worry all of you about the state of our our education system. But that's the problem that's always happened with paralysis decks, is that at a certain point you have to take a knockout, which means they can do something. But with Monkey Dory, you can take knockouts on your turn, then they promote somebody, and then you just paralyze the new one. That was insane. That is exactly how the Drapion matchup is supposed to go. You just keep them locked. You use Monkey Dory. Petrunt is in case they try to boss somebody. That was an absolute domination. That was Balbanoz at, well, like 230 with Mega Kangaskhan. And that was just Drapion Electricity. There you go. Very simple. All right, we'll switch to the Japanese list. So this was the only version in Japan that did something that's slightly different. I don't know how slightly different. Oh, thank you, PDCGL. What would I do without those 100 crystals? What would I do without 3 unskippable screens to really boost my credit score up there? Yeah, I really need those 100. I was really, oh man, it was so close. All right, there's Drapion me. I'm so mature. You know, I'm like the women that I swipe right on Tinder for. I'm so mature. All right. 7 and 7. We might finish with a positive win rate, but that's unlikely. But what do you want me to play? Do you want me to go back to Raticate, or do you want me to hate myself and play some Talonflame? Press 1 for Raticate, 2 for Talonflame. And remember that Raticate is fun, and Talonflame makes me hate life. All right, this is the worst start I could have asked for. Okay, I'm not quite sure what the result is, but it doesn't seem great. Okay, so we have Toxel. I'll Buddy Puffin out this Toxel, because that's what we want to do. Unfortunately, I have to Pokepad for a... do I really want a Skorupi? No, I guess it's just, hey, I attach to Monkey Dory, and then I hard retreat next turn and call for family. Yeah, it's either Doublade or Steven's Metagross would be my guess. Probably Steven's Metagross based on that. Or they're a viewer and they're playing Mega Starmie. Yeah, I'd say Steven's Metagross. Mod say play the rat. Oh yeah, I made you a mod. Why did I do that? That was a mistake. All right, but I can win. Well, I mean, it's not really Mega Starmie. It's more or less just a metal deck, and Mega Starmie happens to be in it. I just had to come up with a title for a YouTube video, so I thought, hey, Mega Starmie is the new card, so let's just call this a Mega Starmie deck. Did they time out, or what's going on? Seem to be... Did your finger get stuck in... Okay, there we go. And it is Steven's Metagross. So it's what I played. They just fully blinged it out. And Incineroaring. I'm not America. I would put a woman in power. And PB, you watched the YouTube short, didn't you? You watched the YouTube short. I know you did. Yeah, I'll make a Mega Pyroar deck. If anyone can do it, it's me. If anyone can, you know, I ain't lying when I say I can win some games with Mega Pyroar. Get it? I ain't lying. Okay, we did not need another Buddy Puffin. Okay, bro. We did not need another freaking Buddy Puffin. Oh yeah, out of all the cards I needed, yeah, Buddy Puffin was definitely the one. All right, well, let's Adrenabrain. Put 2 on this guy. We shall retreat, and then call for family, and still not get anything that we need. Isn't that cool? Let's go. Oh, we prized the Pecharunt. Fan-flippin-tastic. Oh, geez. Well, I guess it has to be the Yalveltal. But I can definitely make a Mega Pyroar deck. Like, it's too obvious how to make Mega Pyroar. It's just whether or not it's good, and the answer is it's not. So yeah, Ferocious Bellow is just such a horrible attack. Like, it's embarrassing how terrible this is. Well, I can knock out your Badoo, but that's all I can do. Like, 80 damage. If it was 50 on itself, that would be great. Did you just judge into everything? If it was 80 and did you just judged yourself into double rare candy? What the hell is that? And we lose because Empoleon's immune to effects of attacks. So I can't knock out Empoleon because it's immune to effects of attacks. So that's that I lose the game. Oh, never mind. They couldn't attack. But yeah, this card is just terrible. It's no bueno. No bueno, as the kids would say. All right, let's take a prize. Still don't know how we're supposed to win this game. Yeah, because the Latias, that can attack. But that seems like my only course of action here is just attack with the Latias, attack the Latias. Because what else am I supposed to do? There's no other strat. I just have to slowly build up damage and hope. So unless they have a Psychic Energy in their hand, they cannot attack next turn. Yeah, that's what I've been talking about. When I say things like, it seems like they've just given up and they've gotten lazy, is you look at like Mega Heracross, Mega Pyroar, Mega Dragout, like pretty much every Mega coming in Chaos Rising except Greninja. So that there's 5, by the way, if you were wondering. There's going to be 5 Megas. One of them is Greninja, the other 4 suck. They just have done a horrific job making them playable. Like, it took a month. In a month, we have... Oh, right, they have 2 Metagross. In the course of a month, 0 Pyroar decks have done anything in Japan. Like, what the hell? All right, well, let's move on. We got our YouTube video. Oh, we got our YouTube video. Let's just play the rat. A single strike is all it takes for me to win. And Incineroaring? Well, I mean, Starmie makes metal better. Yeah, let's do the rat. Which rat one did I like? Yeah, we never got the Ludicolo into play. Let's keep going for Ludicolo. So it was Zygarde, Starmie, Zygarde, Starmie. How come I can't remember? That's how forgettable the set is. Clefable, and then Starmie. No, Starmie was good. So Zygarde, Clefable, Starmie. There was only 4. No, I think Starmie is playable. Zygarde is funny. Starmie makes metal decks better. Clefable is the devil. Wow, I could not have... remember when I wanted to have a good start and PDCGL said, nah. But this is what I like about Fan Rotom, is you just get a Fan Rotom and your life is saved. Not really, but slightly. All right, well, we're playing this. We're here. I just need an energy now. And we... Again, PDCGL. Again. Seriously. Again with the prizing of the everything. All right, so we prized 2 Rattata again. I could prize 2 Raticate and be fine. It's prizing 2 Rattata that's the problem. So yeah, Garchomp, the cool thing about Garchomp is you play it with Rocky Fighting, so Garchomp plays about 3 or 4 copies of Rocky Fighting, which is a brand new card from Perfect Order. I might add, Rocky Fighting. I'm also going to try it with Barbarical. I'm also going to try Rose's Encouragement. So it's not just like, oh, boring old Garchomp. I'm going to try all 3 viable new cards in the list. And then for Crustle, I will put Growing Grass in there as well, just to see how useful it is. I also have the new Shaman. Do I have that on my computer? I do not. So I'm too lazy, so I will not get it. But yeah, Growing Grass just makes it harder to knock out. It's specifically good for the Lunatone Solrock combo. If you got a Judge, I'd be very happy. If you picked a Judge up right now, I'd be super stoked. For no reason. Yeah, I didn't think so. So it just makes Crustle better, and then... Oh yeah, Bronzong. There's no new card. Well, I mean, I guess technically... Technically, any Psychic deck I can play nowadays because of Telepathic, but Bronzong, it's just more or less, hey, if we face Dragapult all day, I'm going to win 100% of the games. I just want to make a deck that beats Dragapult 100% of the time. I also think you need to put Farigiraf in the deck. So the whole thing about Bronzong is that they can't evolve. But how do you win against a basic heavy deck? Well, that's Farigiraf. You put Farigiraf in the deck, you still lose, because Farigiraf is not a good card, but it at least might give you a chance against the EX heavy decks. Or you can obviously put in like the Dunsparce or something, but that not really. Things are going great. So this is immune to damage from basic EXs, which means if you're facing off against Raging Bolt, they have to play... How does this not resist fighting? It means they have to play Passimian, but Passimian's not going to do enough damage, and you can hit him with a Dirty Beam. Well, Melodic is only immune to damage from Terras. So Kangaskhan, Raging Butt, you know, a couple other things. Milotic is only Terras. So yes, Teal Mask Ogerpon, but like it doesn't stop Cornerstone Mask. Nobody stops stupid Cornerstone Mask. But Farigiraf is just across the board, all basic EXs. Doesn't matter if it's Terra or not. Doesn't matter if it's terrible or not. And PB, no, it's the other, it's the fun Bronzong, the one that Dragapult players can't deal with because they suck. Let me whip it out real quick for you. Yeah, the Tool Drop one is fun. I can't get over the fact that we have 4 Bronzong in Standard and 0 Baxcalibur. I mean, if you combine them, there's 4 Baxcalibur and Bronzong in Standard. So yeah, you just play this, and Dragapult can't win because they rely so heavily on their Dusclops and Dusknoir and Dragapult. So this is Saturday's deck. Wednesday and Thursday will be Garchomp and Crustle. And why doesn't Farigiraf see play? Because evolution EXs. Because EXs evolve, which is the problem. All right, well, there's Lively Stadium. There's Air Balloon. I guess I retreat, and unfortunately, I can't knock out the Chikorita, but this is a Moltres deck, so we should be fine. But yeah, you're like, why doesn't this see play? Well, because Mega Lucario is an evolution, Dragapult's an evolution, you know, Dusknoir, 2 Dusknoir knock it out. So it's a good card in certain matchups. But there's better cards, and there's no, like, the other Farigiraf is kind of weird. You know, it's not into feet stuff, it's into hoof stuff. And, you know, hoof play is very weird even for me. Like, you will not see me do any of that weird stuff. You know, you won't check my search history, you won't see the word hoof anywhere. Yes, it has a place, just not like a big one. And Freebird. I have something on the back burner about side decks in the trading card game. Maybe I'll make like a YouTube short. I'll just shorten it. But I do play Moltres in this deck, and guess who Moltres one-shots? Though the Lively Stadium is a bit of a problem. And there's that. Okay, so they'll get Force of Vitality and probably a bug catching set or a Pokepad for Meganium. Or it might just be double bug catching set, because they also need an energy. Like, if they get 2 energy, they also have it. Oh, no, they already used Teal Dance. Okay, so then they need bug catching set, forest? Yeah, they need bug catching set forest if they want to attack this turn. And oh my god, how have you not taken a prize yet? And your timer is under 15 minutes. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. All right, well, I have a Moltres, but do you know what else I don't have? You know what I don't have? A playable hand. I'm missing one of them playable handies. And I also didn't get a Rattata off the prizes. All right, well, here we go. Anytime you want to do the only thing you can do that's left that you have access to. Anytime. What? Yeah, anytime. Unless you're frozen, which is entirely okay, there we go. But since Lena mentioned it, I'll whip out my Ludicolo EX real quick. Because again, pro streamer, you know, you look at all, oh crap. Oh, I've messed everything up. You look at other streamers, they wouldn't even be able to do this. They don't care about you enough to put cards on screen. I care about you to go through this 10 seconds of work so you don't have to go underneath the stream to type in a card name, which is probably what you should be doing anyway, because that way I don't have to do more work. But yes. So the benefit to my low tick is that it also protects against effects of attacks, but that's mostly just going to be Phantom Dive pings if it's on the bench. So if you're really worried about Dragapult, you can always go for my low tick. Oh, they have an Arboliva. Well, that's my cue to exit. That's my cue to exit. We'll do one more game and then we'll call it a stream. And can you believe this is the last day where I'm ever going to be able to say anything bad about PDCGL? Can you believe that this is the last day I will ever be able to say anything bad about live because everything's going to be fixed tomorrow? Can you believe it? Okay, Clam Burglar, again. I can revoke your mod status at any point. I've done it before. I can do it again. You're really tempting fate here. Do I want to go first? No, because I need to get that stupid fan Rotom, and you better not be playing Dragapult. All right, well, as long as I didn't prize a couple of Rattata. No! Worst. Okay. Oh, God. We were good. We could have had it all. We could have been rolling in the deep. We could have had it all. There's nothing I can do to win. Let's just, yeah, I mean. No, the Lotad doesn't do it. If they get set, no, I mean, maybe they won't do anything. Maybe they'll just pass and I get, you know, retreat energy. Crap. All right. Chill, bro. Chill. So we'll do Act 1 actual game. That was like the worst possible matchup. We didn't even get to see their full celebration. Yeah, that's just an easy concede. Just go to the next one. And remember, the ladder resets on Thursday. So Wednesday will be the last day of the ladder. Pika ROM. It's a busy week. New ladder. I'm getting a foot massage. All right, Clam Burglar, one more and you're done. One more and your mod status is gone, okay? Yeah, I'll do it. Don't think I won't. I will do it, Clam Burglar. I will burgle all those clams. You give me one bad one and you're gone, okay? You're tossed out of this game. I'm going to be like pretend like I'm an umpire and well, I guess you don't really argue balls and strikes anymore, do you? You know, I really don't miss that about baseball, the whole arguing balls and strikes. And it's just so funny seeing players get humbled, people who thought they knew the strike zone and they don't know the strike zone. And it's just my favorite. Clam Burglar, don't lie, okay? And Spooge Nozzle. Ooh, this is funny. This is a terrible start, but it is funny. Okay. Yeah, what a fantastic start we have here. I'm really happy with this start. Owen, you know I can't keep it up for more than 3 hours. Yeah, I never understood. Well, it's for the next one. So you're supposed to tell the umpire, hey, that call was trash. And then for the next one, the umpire is going to be like, oh, it's in the same spot. And they got mad at me. So, woo, I don't want people to be mad at me. Ooh, wee, that would be so bad. So that's the whole thing is you just try to get them to do the next thing. Ooh, I don't think they can read. But it's just so nice. I always hated it when just people were just like, oh, I gotta argue these balls. These balls in my mouth need to be argued with. And yeah, let's go Bunnelby, Rattata. And I think I just put the energy on the Bunnelby. We've definitely lost this game, by the way. But maybe we haven't. Maybe we haven't. What do you know? Okay, well. Let's go Crushing Pulse. Get rid of all those items and tools. I gave them a Lilies. I gave them a Lilies and an Ultra Ball. They could not have gotten a more better hand because they're going to Ultra... Oh. They should have Ultra Ball, unless their top deck was... Yeah, they should have Ultra Ball the way their top deck and a grass. Flamburglar, you'd be surprised. But it's so nice because you'd always see, you know, players arguing with the ump like, oh no, that was low after it. And just like, no, it wasn't. Oh. Hello there. Hello there. All right, let's just keep thinning, I guess. We'll go get Rattata double rats, I guess, because we've definitely lost this game. But what if we haven't? Did you ever think about that? What if I can just get rid of everything? Ooh, that's a pretty good one. Didn't they have a bunch of Giovanni in that hand? I wasn't paying attention. Yeah, they had Giovanni, and they had the factory, they had the energy, so they got nothing. They can bring up my Bunnelby. No, please, no. Oh, come on. There's no way you just did that. There's no way you got the... What? I don't understand. What are you trying to say? All right, well, two can play that game. Yeah, what do you think about that, bro? Yeah, let's get rid of all your transceivers and stuff. Ah, yes, well, oh, crap, they have another Giovanni. They have another Giovanni. Okay, I think that's PDCGL's way of saying, hey, maybe you should, maybe that's the end of the stream, bro. You know, you've had enough. You got your games, just go home. Be happy that, be happy we gave you what we gave you. You got that one, like, 50-minute game that you have to cut down for the YouTube audience. Unless they disconnected. Ah, man. What was the point of going to the Mimikyu? Oh my goodness. All right, well, I'm still going to have the Rotom. That's not good, but I will still have it. So all I've done is play Judge and Bosses. That's not great. Some would say that's a crushing defeat. You shouldn't crush defeat, though. Defeat should be treated nicely. You can kind of tell that just as soon as the 3-hour mark hits, I just kind of check out a little bit. All right, well, we have Bunnelby. We know for a fact they are out of everything they need. Yeah, it's the 3-hour. Oh my goodness. They have Team Rocket's Energy Petrol Lily's Factory. Oh God. But yeah, you can tell. Look at the timer on the stream. It's over 3 hours. I'm out of juice. I've been milked too hard today. All right. Well, they have everything. But if I can just top deck a Lilies, They have lost. There's no way they can win because I'm better than them. Oh, I'll take a Morty's. I will take a Morty's Mind Blowers. And we get everything we need. Well, that's worse because now they'll just... Oh, they're out of Giovanni, though. Okay, we're fine. Everything's fine. That is not fine. Poffin for... No, we go for the Lotad, even though it's a little bit too late for that. But we go Earthquake. I don't have another one that I can do, though. I'd have to, you know, get some things. There's another Morty's. Yeah, I do think it's funny that, like, oh, a draw 3 supporter? That's terrible. But more... I don't like you. I hate your face. That's a... Yeah, I'll let you take the knockout. The third Giovanni? After I used Crushing Pulse like 3 times to get rid of all their items. All right, you're playing too much. We only finished with 7 wins, but I'll take it, okay? I'm sorry, Lena. It was 6-7. Congratulations to whoever got it. Back on Wednesday, but yeah, just look at this one last time, everybody. This is the last time you'll be seeing this screen ever. Tomorrow, they're either going to change it fully or just add like a button right here where it's just like an exemplify that PDCGL had, where you just hit a button and it expands to the full screen. I would imagine all it's going to do is just extend to like the full area. We'll still keep the top row. We'll still keep recents and favorites. I'm not even going to dignify that with a response. Not even going to dignify that with a response. I'm just going to send you over to Sunny. That is the punishment you deserve. I'm going to send you over to Sunny, and that's the punishment you all deserve for what Clam Burglar has done. Yeah, I treat you all as one entity, and your punishment for his digression. And Sunny, oh, wow, Sunny's playing Okie Dokie Barbarical. I wonder who's played that before. Oh, real original Sunny.